Alright. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Last week,
Hello.
if we all recall, we had left off at the kind of entranceway of a dungeon. As you can see visibly here, you had fought some human-like entities with ebony skin and pale hair and eyes. And last we
Indeed.
left off, apparently Moonbeam was still up.
You were trying to figure out the puzzle in this room with the doors and the pole pillars.
Yes, you had these pillars here with etchings that became more condensed on one side and spread out on the others. You had them pointed at this wall which had opened that door, or at least unlocked it. You had found a hidden door over here, but you're not sure how to open it, and this door over here is also presently locked.
Should we check in the next room to see if anything might open something there?
Not a bad idea.
We can
While
try.
we're doing that, I'm going to take a minute because I forgot to do it earlier and summon my audience.
Go ahead and roll your 3d6 for that, then.
3d6, okay.
Yeah, you are kind of out in the middle of nowhere right. Well, you're in the middle of a trade road technically, but you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere right now.
Okay. So, 2 scoundrels and a steward.
Okay.
Fiona, you're getting the steward.
Ooh. That's the
remember-
shield one, right?
Yeah, that's the shield one. That's the one that you and Thorne both liked.
Yes. Nothing like becoming a little bit harder to hit, you know?
Yeah. Okay. If I'm right. Oh, no, it's the scholar. Okay. I'll take one of the scholars. And what is my aha, my proficiency bonus went up 1.
Yes.
So lantern.
Woo!
I'm
What
gonna
do I get?
lantern. You get a scholar as well.
What does a scholar do?
It gives you bonus to saving throws, a +1. It gives you you can activate a held magic item if it's normally activated with an action or bonus action. If it regains charges at dawn, the activation costs 1 fewer charge. You can cast the Ray of Frost cantrip with charisma as your spellcasting ability. And any cantrips you cast deal an extra 1d6 force damage.
Ooh.
And it can translate magic secrets. If we find a magic scroll for the manifestation's full duration, black flames immolate the scroll, which will destroy it, cause you 1d3 fire damage, and you're left holding a scroll of the same spell, which you can then cast, ignoring all class, race, and level requirements.
If the ghosts are visible to Lantern, you see her do an excited little dance in a circle, waving her druidic focus at it.
Well, I'm not going to actually... they're not going to actually start haunting yet, because that only happens for, I think it's a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now you feel the presence of something around you, but it's not visible to you.
You know what? Lantern does the same exact thing anyway.
That's fair.
It's just way less specific about where she's smiling and waving.
It's a feeling Fiona has gotten used to.
Yes.
Which, don't worry, if you do decide to use the scroll feature, I have my D3.
Alrighty.
D3s.
Any excuse to fish out the odd number dice.
Of course.
You would too if you had them.
It's true.
Probably.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Alright, so we want to check out the room that
Moonbeam's out.
opened real quick.
Okay, who all wants to go in here?
I'll go with you.
Lantern
Yeah,
loves
yeah.
going in anywhere, so she will go in here.
Fiona, Lantern, Dori, Bruno, Vellos, what are you guys doing?
Bruno will follow with Dori.
Okay.
Same. No sense in
Splitting the party up.
Okay, so now I have the question that nobody likes being asked. What's
Oh,
y'all's
dear.
passive perception?
Passive
1 second.
perception.
Pretty good.
As I said, passive perception.
16.
Right.
14.
The monk only have a 13 passive perception.
Oh, there it is.
I do have a
11.
13.
I got 16, so
14 for me.
Okay. Okay,
I don't think anybody else has said higher than me.
Just curious. Carry on. You have 3 corpses in the room, two of which are spell scarred from Moonbeam. Actually, all 3 of them are spell scarred from Moonbeam.
Fiona's going to search one of them, see if they've got anything on them.
Okay, on one of the bodies. Aside from the short swords that they have, on one of the bodies you do locate a hexagonal piece. Which, let me draw you a picture of that. I don't know where my pencils are, so I'm going to have to gamble with drawing it using a pen. I had pencils around me, I just don't know where they went. That's a little small. I wish I had a pencil. That's all right. This is not perfect, but I don't care. Okay, so you find a hexagonal piece that looks like this, except even in its shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
The
Fiona will hold this up to the others.
the token is about the size of your hand specifically, so you can't exactly
Okay.
clasp your fingers around it.
Do the patterns on it kind of line up with the patterns on the pillars in the previous room?
They do not.
They do not.
But there is something that they line up with.
Probably. Maybe.
Probably.
Almost certainly. Dori is going to start examining the walls of this room.
Which wall are you
just
looking
to
at?
see-
Which wall are you looking at?
She'll start with the wall we just came through and go clockwise around the room.
Okay, well you're examining this wall. What's everyone else doing?
Vellos will check the far door.
Far door.
Yep. See if
Okay.
it appears trapped or has any special mechanism.
I want to look at
Investigation check.
floors.
You need one from
Dori,
me?
Lantern, Vellos, good.
Floors. All right.
Investigating.
A 9.
The wall is in fact made out of wall. As you examine
18.
it, you do find that engraved into the wall is filigreed along the floor and ceiling are kind of spiders going up and down pillars or strands of web. You're not sure, simply because this is stone carving.
Mhm. Well, they do like their spiders.
As Bruno's having an anxiety attack.
Bruno actually doesn't mind spiders as much.
Yeah. Max, who doesn't like spiders.
I
Oh,
got
yeah.
all of a
That's-
10 on searching the floors, so I'm pretty sure the floors are made of floor, you guys.
Can confirm the
Really?
fact that the floors are very much so made of floor.
Yeah.
That is good to know.
Vellos got an 18 checking out the door.
Vellos, you find that the door has several facets in it. And what you're kind of looking at is an incomplete spider mosaic made out of hexagonal tiles. The mosaic is pointed up so that the head of the spider is kind of in the middle of the door. The large abdomen of the spider is near the base of the door.
Okay.
There are a few missing tiles as you examine it. Among those are some of the leg tiles near the body and the head tile. You also notice that there are, in the abdomen near the base, there looks to be 3 little sockets where something might fit into.
Huh. Well, I found where that emblem you found might go, Fiona.
You want
Looks
to
like
come over
this-
to the
Looks
door
like
where
this
Vellos
door is a giant puzzle.
Oh, lovely.
Did we check all 3 guys or just the one guy?
Just the one.
Okay.
Bruno will go and check one of the other 2.
As you
Dori will check the
sift
third.
through the belongings of the other 2, aside from the chainmail and short blades, you're not finding anything.
Okay.
Guess we gotta find their friends, huh?
Looks that
Probably.
way.
They'll
Yep.
probably be in the other 2 locked rooms we've been through, or haven't been through yet.
Yeah, still no idea how to open up that hidden door, but
Holding this hexagonal,
The hexagon?
this puzzle piece up to the door. Does it look like it goes into any one of the missing spots?
It looks like, as you examine it, you follow the swoop, and it looks like it goes onto the left side of the spider tiles.
Okay. Should I put this in place now, or should we wait till we have all of them? Fiona will ask the group.
On the one hand, if we put it in now, we won't lose it. On the other hand, if there's any other beings in this dungeon, they might come and steal it. So it's probably best if we don't for right now.
yeah.
Okay.
Might as well wait till we have the full set.
Yeah.
Fair
There's
enough to me.
There's also 3 slots or something in this that look like they fit something. I have no idea what though. So be on the lookout for small objects that might fit in here, I guess.
Definitely keep an eye peeled.
Yep.
All right.
Actually, Dori's going to take out her thieves' tools.
It's going to what?
Her thieves' tools.
Okay.
And go up to the door and see if any of her tools look like they would be appropriate for these.
There's a few probes you could probably fit into these sockets, but you're not feeling around in there. You're not feeling anything that catches.
Okay.
The
Okay.
interior is smooth. There's no divots. There's no anything sticking out.
You know, given the spider motif of everything, Fiona's gonna look up at the ceiling.
Excellent decision. Excellent decision. As you slowly look up at the ceiling, you are met on the gaze of two giant spiders. I need you to make a.
Oh,
Oh no, this is not a dexterity. This is a ranged attack. Okay. This is a surprise attack.
Oh, goody.
These guys.
fuck.
That's not too bad.
Yep.
First one on Fiona. That's going to be a. Okay, so you're not going to take any damage on a What is this? Oh, interesting. 11. That is 20. That is a 24 to hit on a ranged weapon attack.
Question.
Yes.
Can I use a reaction? Because it's a surprise round.
What do you? What reaction are you looking at doing? Because this is a little bit of a different attack.
Deflect
This is launching
missile.
flaming at you.
Deflect missiles?
Not in this case, as this doesn't
Okay.
do any damage.
Fair.
You are simply, basically, you have a blanket of webbing launched onto you, and you are restrained. The other target is
fuck.
going to be. The other one is going to be Lantern, as she's the other isolated target.
Moonbeam has probably gone out by
Yes,
now, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. Lantern, what's your AC?
16, I think. Yes.
Okay, that's going to be a 23 to hit. You are also restrained as these guys now drop from the ceiling. I was going to use these guys yesterday, but we ran out of time.
Fair.
Ah,
Or last session.
I'm surprised they didn't get blasted by the moonbeam on accident.
You know, I rolled for that. They were fine.
Fair. Lucky enough not to get caught in the crossfire.
Dang it.
Okay, anyways, with that in mind, let's go ahead and do our favorite thing.
Roll initiative.
Yes.
Yay!
As you have. Oh, I'm sorry.
Where's my mouse? There's my
I
mouse.
misplaced these things on the tiles. They are large-sized creatures.
Pardon me.
So there we go. And there we go.
Oh,
You get to
very
use
big
your
spiders.
spider tokens as spiders.
I know.
Oh my.
Okay. Now I was
Damn,
going to
Dori.
Now I was going to get.
Well, some
going to
of
get
us
some
were more
tokens
prepared than
for-
others.
I was going to get
Yes.
some tokens out for the.
Well, at least it was the cleric that rolled crap for initiative.
Don't really know if Dory's the one who should be rolling super high, but
I mean, it's fine.
she's not the worst, but
It's fine.
I'm definitely probably one of the better ones to have going last of our party.
yeah.
I'm going to have to use that at some point because it's silly. Anyways. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's not bad at all. Alright then. Okay, and alright. Let's take the top 25 to 20.
24.
Not bad. Anyone else?
In that
Right.
range.
19, 15?
19.
14 to 10.
12.
Huh. Okay. Um, 10 to 9.
10 to 9?
Or, sorry. Because I did 14 to 10, I went 9 to 5.
6.
Okay. Good spread, good spread. 5 to 1.
There's one of us for each set.
4 to 1.
3.
Dori, Fiona, Vellos, Lantern, Bruno. Yeah. Okay, then let's take it with Dori then.
Literally all over the place.
Yeah. Dori is going to point at the spider next to Fiona and say, I challenge you to a battle of wits, but it seems you came unarmed.
And I'm back.
What's the save on that again?
Huh?
What's the save on that again?
I think it's wisdom. Hang on.
There's something else I need to check. Is there...
Yes, it's
This
a wisdom save.
is going to sound stupid. Is there a minimal intelligence requirement to be affected by vicious mockery?
Yeah, actually there is. Well, I thought there was.
I know.
I think they just have to be able to hear you.
It's an important question because there's a few psychic damage spells that require a certain degree of intelligence in order to have any effect on the target.
Yeah. And I'm looking it up now.
So am I.
Because I don't.
That's too far.
Yeah, it says if the target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
Okay.
So long as the target can hear.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about intelligence.
Okay, that's all I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Sorry, these
Basically,
guys.
so long as the target isn't deaf, it'll work.
Said the saving throw was a wisdom.
Yeah.
That's a 14 on save.
I don't think no, you need a 15.
Okay, cool. Despite the recent ironing of its brain, the insult finds purchase. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yep. 5 points of damage. And he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay.
Oh.
I wish I had a
Did
disadvantage.
it not get upgraded? Level 5 cantrips usually get upgraded.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
You're right.
They get upgraded, and are you casting through spell talent, or are you just casting straight?
Yes, I'm casting through spell.
Okay.
Dori hasn't figured out that's a bad idea yet.
I'm not gonna say whether or not it's a good or bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually
Add
looking at
3 to
8
that.
damage.
Add 3.
Okay. Go.
Well, I update my I update my thing here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And here
I
I was
need to
just
double check mine.
And here
Yes,
I
I
was
did
just
do mine.
thinking, D4s were rolling like D4s.
I remember because I remember Sacred Flame getting upgraded last time.
I was just
yeah.
sitting here thinking, okay, 5 damage, probably rolled 2 1s on the D4s. Nothing out of the ordinary there.
No.
Okay,
Unfortunate.
Fiona, your turn. So,
Okay.
you are restrained. Right
Yes.
now. You need to go over the effects of restrained?
I know I can't move.
Here.
At least, like, movement speed-wise.
Not only that...
You also have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, I believe.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls are all at disadvantage. You have 0 movement speed and can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed, and you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay. Could I spend my turn getting this webbing off?
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Strength check.
Yes.
Okay. That is a 10.
Not high enough to break through.
Oh, damn.
As you're just kind of indiscriminately flailing with thick webbing all over you.
Indeed.
Any bonus
Everyone
actions you can do right now?
That is what I'm double checking. You know what? I will go ahead and use a key point to use patient defense with my bonus action, which will negate the advantage anything would have on me with their attacks.
Okay.
Because normally it would be a disadvantage, but obviously all attacks are currently at advantage on me.
You have advantage, disadvantage. Well, okay, those.
So it'd just be a straight roll.
Yeah. That one would just be rolling straight regardless. Okay. Right, we're gonna go ahead and speaking of which, bring it to that spider's turn. So despite this is meaningless, okay, it does not get its webbing ability back. Then we're gonna roll for attack. Okay, that's going to be a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw as it chomps down on you.
Yay! Hooray. That is an 8.
Oh dear. Alright, so good news is I rolled low. You're going to take...
Alright.
So in that regard, you're going to take 4 piercing damage and 6 poison damage.
Ouchies.
The bad news... Oh, never mind. If the poison damage reduces the target to 0 hit points. Never mind, you are not paralyzed.
Oh, excellent. Just ouchies.
Yes.
10 total points of damage. Not fun.
No. Next up, we're going to bring it to... Where are you standing, Lantern? You should be right there. Okay, there we go. Next up, we're going to go ahead and bring things to the other spider, who's going to make an attack on Lantern. You had one job, and that was with advantage. Lantern, what's your AC?
16.
Yeah, I rolled a 12. You had advantage.
Not if I were in my underpants, I would beat that.
You had advantage. And I rolled a 2 and an 8.
That's
Jeez.
impressive.
That's a mood. That's a mood.
That's our type of rolls.
Yeah.
Vellos, your turn.
Alright, well, not happy seeing my friends all webbed up. Can Vellos help Lantern tear away the webbing? Hello?
I'm looking. Kind of. The webbing can be directly attacked itself. if you want to go that route. But it does... I suppose you can make your own strength checks to try and help. I don't see why you couldn't. So you specifically could either directly attack the webbing or, I guess, make your own strength check to try and rip it off Lantern. I will say
Probably.
right now you're not at any danger of hitting Lantern unless you roll a 1.
Good to know. His strength ain't the best. Probably better to try to attack the webbing.
Okay, what are you hitting it with?
Bludgeoning wouldn't really do much, but the fire might do more. But I guess we'll try the Smithy's friend first.
Okay,
the
and
fire
so again, reminder, there is no Y in there.
Smith's friend. God damn, why do I keep doing that? Sorry.
Because you want to be friend with your smithy as well.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
That was so close to being.
You know, I said you're only going to hit Lantern if you roll a 1. That doesn't mean you try to roll a 1.
I wasn't trying.
Lantern wriggles out of the way of an incoming lethal blow with the same alacrity that she moved out of the way of that spider, somehow, despite being covered in fucking cobweb.
Lantern, the hammer whizzes right past you, and just like the web, you go, huh?
God damn it. God damn it. Okay, let's try that again with
It's not the right way to straighten a horn. Like, I appreciate the offer, but
I can't even use the claws because I'm holding the fucking. I guess I could use the claw with the holding the shield. I don't know.
You'd be at disadvantage because the hand is busy holding a shield.
Yeah, well, this is gonna taste terrible, but Bite's gonna do more than the tail.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Toro.
go ahead and roll it, Vellos. Bonus action, bite attack on the webbing.
Yep.
Go crazy.
I can't stop
Vellos
laughing.
used bite. It's very disgusting.
Alright,
That's
that
better.
hits. Go ahead and roll
Please.
damage.
Ugh. 6
Alright,
points.
that
of
is more than enough to tear off the webbing from Lantern. And you ever walk into a cobweb and get some of it in your mouth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now imagine that kind of taste and sensation, except it's like an entire sheet of material.
Oh no!
Heck.
Yeah, Vellos has the most disgusted look on his face as he rips it away.
No, thankfully nobody can see that look on your face, as you're basically just like the front of your face is basically covered in stuff as you rip Lantern free.
The rest of his turn is going to be getting it off of himself.
Flailing in disgust is a free action. Okay. Okay, technically, retching is your entire turn, but Lantern, your turn.
oh, right.
You are now
So-
unafraid.
My hero. Okay. So, the way I see it, I'm not in melee range of anything.
You are in melee range with the spider behind you. It is a large-sized creature.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
In that case, I'm going to move. I'm not going to get out of melee range, but I would like to move a little bit back around him there.
So you want to go like right here
One more, please.
against the wall. Okay.
And now, between him and that other wall, there's this little spell I'd like to cast.
Okay.
And they call it Moonbeam.
Okay, we're burning through all our class resources pretty quick.
Oh,
We're gonna spice up a little bit. We're
Uh-oh.
gonna go ahead and use the fairy. So you want to drop it like right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and that's a con save if I remember correctly.
It is.
That's a 2 on the die. I'm not even gonna bother adding the con score.
That will be 8 radiant damage, please.
I do have restrained. Where it is. And I guess I can take
Oh no, I've gained a
this
circle.
off. Okay, 8 radiant damage on that dude. Okay. Bruno, your turn. You were
Quick
right.
question at the very beginning. It's that I figured. How's everyone doing on health? I don't remember us taking too much last.
Fiona.
I am down by 10 points.
Mm.
I don't know if
Okay.
anybody else is.
no damage here.
Alright, so Fiona's the only one with damage.
Yes.
Okay, so that's by 10 points. Okay, so I don't need to use that spell. Yeah. I will go up so that I am in between Fiona and the spider behind her. The one that had
So
other direction.
The one that was
So-
attacking Lantern.
Oh, the one that's attacking Lantern. Got it. Alright, right here.
Yeah.
That spider's occupying these 3 tiles.
Yeah, I know. It's, as I said, in between Fiona and that one.
Okay.
So, and I am going to cast a level 1 Cure Wounds on Fiona.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll that reverse damage.
Yay, damage reversal.
For minimum healing.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. 4 points is better than nothing.
Right?
And that ends my turn for right now.
Okay. That's going to go ahead and take things over to Dori. I suppose I should probably
Okay.
face towards everybody.
Okay. Well, Dori didn't do too badly the last time. So she's going to point at the spider attacking Fiona and say, "One day you will truly see yourself for who you are. Then you can disappoint yourself as well as the rest of them."
Unfortunately, that is a 16 on the wisdom save.
Oh, so
Dang it, the spider had self-esteem.
The spider's vanity is off the charts.
Oh, no.
dang it. Damn it. Oh well. Then she's going to use her movement to get up to Fiona.
Now you right here or right here?
Back.
What was that?
Actually, no, up. The first one.
Okay.
No. There. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any bonus actions?
No.
Alright, Fiona, your turn.
Alright,
Kevin
well,
is
making the webbing
dead.
didn't work. Being patiently defensive didn't work. Fiona was going to try attacking the spider because fuck this thing.
Alright. You are at disadvantage on your attack, but go ahead and swing away.
Yep, she's gonna try it. Because at this point, she might as well, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Gonna swing with the short sword first. See, the plus on that was... five. Yes. Ooh, that's a 22 to hit.
Nice.
A 22 will hit. That's impressive. On disadvantage.
Right? Right?
Oh, I wonder,
Very happy about
your
that.
hit bonuses off the charts, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 5 on that proficiency die.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit.
Alright.
Roll damage, I'm sorry.
That is 8 points of piercing damage on this spider.
We are consistent with the 8s today.
Right? And you know what? For her extra attack, she's going to swing again with the short sword.
Okay. Everybody loves multi-attack.
Yes. Oh, that's a 23 to hit.
What the heck?
I think
Okay.
we found Fiona's strength.
You get disadvantage, apparently.
Yeah.
Or like dissing
That's
with
another
advantage.
7 points of... Yeah, it's another 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then she's going to use her bonus action to try to punch it.
Alright.
That's a 10.
That's not gonna hit.
Alright.
So,
At least the sword connecting makes sense. It's sharp, but kind of cuts through the webbing a bit.
yeah, to everybody else, you see Fiona do a sudden, quick jabbing with her sword through the webbing, and then tries to swing her other arm, but it is completely bound to her side. And it's like, right.
Right. Webs. Alright, and that will end her turn. Because she can't move.
Okay, anything else out of Fiona, or is that completely the end of her turn?
That was my action and bonus action. I can't move.
And your missed attack. Okay.
Yes.
Alright then, well, this spider is going to go ahead and make an attack on you, which it has proper advantage now. What's your AC?
17?
That was a 16. Okay.
Oh, yay.
And then the other one, we'll open up the con save first. That's a 9 on the con save. For Moonbeam.
Yes. I minimized the window and had to go searching for it. That is 11 radiant damage.
Okay. We can't really move anywhere with these. We're just going to go ahead and bite at the Kobold. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh.
Oof.
Regrettably, higher than my AC.
Silvery Barb.
Okay. Waiting for it. Not going to wait as long in the future.
Yep.
That's a 10 on the die. So that's going to be a 16 to hit.
A 16 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it forces a reroll. Yeah, a 16 will hit.
Okay. Well, at least it's not a nat 20.
I'm much happier with this.
I'm going to need a con save out of you.
Am I haunted right now?
Not really. It's not manifest.
Gotcha.
This is a con save for something else first.
Oh,
So I
no,
will be
putting the
needing 2
advantage
con
on
saves
thing
out of
enough.
you. Okay, first off, you failed your save against the poison, so you're going to take the full hit of that. So you're going to take a grand total of 6 piercing, 8 poison damage.
Ow.
Yeah.
And then there goes your moonbeam.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Wouldn't you have to roll again for the moonbeam?
That would have just been a 10.
Wait, what?
You would have had to roll above a 10, or a 10 or higher. Oh,
Yeah, that was a con save.
Yeah, that was
for
a
I,
con
I
that
thought you
save
rolled
poison
two.
too.
user.
I thought you rolled the second
No.
con save. I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll the other con save. I saw the 7 in there. I was thinking, okay, that's the other con save. Because I saw the briefly typing thing. Okay, Moonbeam stays up.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. I also was sitting there going, wait, did I auto-fail the concentration check because of the poison? That sucks.
There are some things that will make you auto-save. Poison damage is not one of... Or auto-save. Auto-fail. This is not one of them. Okay, that's going to go ahead and take things over to Vellos.
Right. Well, he had been considering helping Fiona with the webbing, but see, she seems to weirdly be doing fine, and he
You have a
really
nice new
doesn't-
tabard.
and he doesn't want to risk tasting that again. Plus, his buddy Lantern just got hurt, so he's angry at the other spider.
Your pet's been abused. What are you doing?
Oh no! Can he flank the spider without getting tagged by Moonbeam?
Yes. If
Nope.
you stand here.
He is going to move there and try to whack it with his hammer.
Okay, so moving through. Oh my goodness. So over here.
Wings.
Wing!
I'm living with this mistake. Okay, roll for attack.
Cool idea in concept. Annoying in practice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was looking through Hero Forge, and this is all they got. The other wings they have are really tiny.
Ah, it's so close to a nat 20.
Really
Ah,
tiny
well.
imp wings. Go ahead and roll damage.
Huh.
That's enough. As you crack it straight into the thoracic region, it seizes up in a way you're familiar with bugs just kind of seizing up how they do.
Yep.
Thankfully, this one doesn't try to roll onto its back in the seizing.
Kind of creepy with a bug this big, but
The bug the size of a horse.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
There you
and
go. All right. That's one spider down. Lantern,
Yeah,
it's your
we're-
turn.
I can still move and attack.
Oh, sorry. Right. You still have a few more things to do. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, we are not going to bite webbing again.
15, 20. You have 10 feet of movement left.
Crap, I can't even get to the other spider.
Bonus action
Well.
attack. Or just bonus action in general.
Fuck. Fiona, you better appreciate this. Vellos is gonna move up to Fiona and try to bite the webbing off.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Roll it.
It's okay that I'm not special. It just means that he's a benevolent leash.
Roll for regret.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Roll me another 20.
Fiona. Oh, Fiona.
Oh. 17.
Okay, so the good news is... That's range attacks. Okay, so the bad news is... Roll an attack on Dori.
oh no.
God damn it. Oh. Yeah,
What's
that
your AC?
track.
It's an 18. He hit.
Roll
Vellos!
Dori, you find your... Vellos... The chaos of battle, the revulsion of your action, you find your jaws somehow around Dori's arm.
Eyes locked, just awkward look.
Roll damage.
Does Dori actually yell out?
Yes. Dory's yelling, Vellos!
I have a feeling that's more disappointed than pained.
It's probably a little.
I'm looking max.
Okay. Ow! Vellos!
Fellows!
Oh,
I fucking can't. Crap. Sorry. I was trying to rip the webbing off of Fiona.
Just get off me! Jeez!
Dori, you have an excellent bite mold of Vellos in your arm.
I don't want it!
You now have his most recent up-to-date dental record imprinted.
I
I
fucking
could have done without it!
How do you miss the webbing that badly, Vellos? Did you bite with your eyes closed?
What? Maybe. Look, that stuff tastes terrible.
And I tasted better?
The worst part is
I
Lantern,
will
your
not
turn.
comment on that.
Lantern shakes herself out of a reverie that happened for some reason with recent events. And scoops her brain back into her skull case.
Okay, that's your action. Just kidding.
Well, I feel like she can do it at the same time that she swoops Moonbeam around to the other spider.
How much can you move Moonbeam by?
60 feet, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, you could... Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20... Yeah, you could ride along the wall and get to, like, right here.
That's what I would like to do, please.
Okay.
And I suppose we just sort of spend the rest of our turn silently contemplating.
That's fair. That's fair. Bruno, your turn.
Vellos!
I'm sorry.
As he casts Mass Healing Word.
It's an option. Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah.
Max damage friendly fire. What the fuck? Game?
Yeah, he gets Dori, Fiona, and Lantern with it.
Woo! That makes me feel better about a lot of things.
Yes.
Mostly the pain.
Yes.
For 6
Ooh,
points
yay.
of healing for each of you.
Excellent.
So,
That brings Fiona back up to full.
yep.
Thanks, Bruno.
No problem.
Thank you.
Think that was an action or a bonus action? Forget which one that spell is off the top of my head.
Mass healing word, I believe that is
Bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. So he has an action. He's going to use that to Sacred Flame the spider.
Is max healing word really only a D4?
Yeah.
Dex save for the sake. Well, that's an 11 on the Sacred Flame save.
So it failed.
I am disappointed in mass healing word. I thought it was more potent than that.
Yeah, no, it's more useful if you've got many people who need healing.
In which case, you
Otherwise-
just mass cure wounds, but I think that's a 5th level spell.
Otherwise, I would be doing that.
Okay. Go
Yep.
ahead and roll your Sacred
Alright,
Flame damage.
so Sacred Flame. No. There we go. For 2d8 radiant. For 12 points of radiant damage.
Solid hit. Which is also enough to radiantly burn out the spider.
Oh,
Good.
Yay.
give Fiona some time to actually get the webbing off of her without having to worry about getting bit again.
Yeah.
Yep, which is an option to now do as you just. Fiona,
Use my short sword to slice it from the inside.
Fiona, you notice that Dori has a new cool set of soon-to-be future scars on her arm.
While everyone else is distracted by this, Lantern has made up her mind about what she's going to do, and she is going to attempt to, again, while everyone else is busy frantically apologizing, healing, or whatever, get as much of that fucking spider web as she can find off the floor.
Go ahead and give me a...
Maybe survival, because she's gathering spider webs?
Yeah, I was just trying to decide whether that was survival or nature. Go ahead and go with survival. As you try to harvest already deployed resources versus trying to harvest from the source.
And Bruno is glaring at Vellos.
Who is furiously trying to wash out his mouth and wash off his muzzle of spiderweb and Dori's blood.
That is entirely off of my own excitement to a 10. The only thing, I scored a 6 on the proficiency die and nothing on anything else.
Still a nat 1. You're not sure how, but Lantern's gotten herself bundled back up.
Oh, jeez.
Don't worry, it's fine, I have this.
How did you
I'm
even...
sorry, what did she say?
Don't worry, I am fine. I have this under control. It is an okay situation that I am figuring out. You
Lantern
guys...
is losing a fight to an inanimate object.
You guys...
We're gonna go over
She
and
falls
try
over.
and try to unbundle Lantern.
She is reassuring you the entire time that it is fine and you do not need to, and she has this situation just where she wants it.
Okay.
Vellos, you're realizing water might not be sufficient. You may need to go for something stronger.
$14.
Dori, easily enough, you're able to peel Lantern free and just kind of tatter the webbing as you move.
When we're done here,
I'm getting them tatters.
There's not really anything to recover. Like, it's
Wishful
there,
thinking says otherwise.
like it's there, but it's not really in a state of anything usable since it's shreds.
Oh, don't worry. Usability is not the concern.
I guess you could use it as fire starter.
It will not be used as fire starter, I guarantee you this.
Stuffing a pillow.
Maybe.
Those are about all the options you got for the state of the materials in. Anyways, that moment of fun aside,
Well,
I was
I'm
the
gonna-
one tied up. How did you fail to attack webbing that badly?
I had to bite lantern free. You have no idea how terrible that stuff tastes.
So you
Why
bit me
you
instead?
That was an accident. I'm sorry.
Why didn't you just, drop your shield for a little bit and use your claws?
You can see the gears turning in Vellos' head.
at least you would, but they're gummed up with spiderweb right now.
I
You didn't
Didn't
even
think of it
think of it,
clearly.
did you?
no. I'm sorry, Dori.
I'll survive.
I need some of that alcohol to wash out my mouth after this. Ugh.
These spiders wouldn't happen to have anything on them, would they?
Chitin. You could try to extract their venom glands. Lantern might know a thing or two about harvesting insectoid meat or arthropod meat.
I was actually going to ask if this was the kind of spider lantern might enjoy on a sandwich.
You would know that the spiders don't really make for good sandwich material in general. It's more along the lines of like lobster or crab. And how
True,
they-
but that's... She's mostly had spiders raw and fried.
I mean, you can do lobster and crab on a sandwich. You just make it into a salad.
Could, but it's not. Aside from lobster rolls, it's not typical.
You've
This
never
is
been
lantern
know
we're
what?
talking about.
Fiona's feeling a little spiteful after being bitten. She's going to try to harvest a venom gland out of one of them.
Okay. Do you have any tools on you?
I have my sword and thieves' tools.
Okay, these tools aren't exactly good for that task.
No.
Are you gonna ask anyone for their?
Unless someone wants to loan me a dagger. I also have a hand axe and darts. Again, neither of them are really good for that.
I have a dagger.
Would a dagger be okay?
Sure. Give me a survival check. No, nature check.
Nature check?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you are extracting from a creature.
I thought that was a survival. So it's just going to be a straight roll then. Six.
You're not sure where the venom glands might be as you're kind of realizing you're just butchering the head at this point.
So at this point, what is survival even used for?
Okay, so the difference between the two would be am I using the wrong checks? Would it have been survival? Survival is usually used for. I almost feel like they're almost interchangeable.
Like, I would feel like nature would be,
Yeah, fuck it. Make it a survival. Go ahead and add your survival bonus to it.
Okay, should I just re-roll everything?
Just add your. What's your survival bonus?
I have proficiency in it.
Go ahead and roll the
So it'd
proficiency
be,
die.
and survival is also a wisdom rather than intelligence check.
Okay, then don't forget to add your. Go ahead and just roll your proficiency die and add your wisdom to it.
All right, so that's another 5, so an 11.
Okay, in that case, on an 11, you find yourself making some progress as it's a difficult and slow task.
Okay.
So you're going to be at that for a little while if you want to try and extract it. Everyone else, what do you do? Okay.
I would like to get some meat out of the other spider. I know that leg segments are the parts that I enjoy eating the most on normal-sized spiders, so probably want to start with that.
In that particular case, if you're just wholesale harvesting, because this is a simpler task, surprisingly simpler task than separating meat from bone on something with an endoskeleton, still give me a survival check. As you take whatever chopping tool you have at hand and start hacking.
That is a 22.
Whether the rest of the party likes it or not, they're probably going to be eating spider legs for the next day or two.
She's cheerfully muttering recipes to herself.
While Dori and Lantern are harvesting, well, Lantern and Fiona are harvesting, Dori is going to go into the other room and look up at the ceiling and see what she sees in there.
Okay.
Bruno is following her.
Well, thankfully you don't see any more giant spiders.
That's good.
You do see the entire ceiling is covered in spider web.
That's unsurprising at this point.
Go ahead and give me a perception check for the rest of it. Both of you.
Okay. Yeah, not her strongest.
Also, Lantern, may I share the image that you have doodled?
I got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Bruno did very well.
Oh, Bruno did much better than Dori. Unsurprising.
Okay. Dori, your arm is still twinging and it's distracting. Bruno, as you're looking up at the ceiling, you notice and realize that there are some tunnels in the ceiling heading off in these directions, but you're not entirely sure how you feel about that because they are still webbed up.
Oh.
And once Bruno points this out to Dori, she'll say that's probably how the spiders get around.
Yes, I am. Sorry. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. We don't like that.
Pleasure. Everybody at home, here is our artist's depiction of Vellos giving Dori a gentle kiss on the arm.
And Dori's response.
Some girls get all the luck.
Yeah. Dori would disagree with that statement.
Lantern would get it tattooed.
It was an accident. Fellows is gonna feel bad about that for the next few days.
Dori will forgive him quickly enough. But
Okay.
Bruno may take a bit to forgive him.
Anyways, as for understanding, the ceiling is 15 feet high. So, if anybody wants to investigate the tunnels, you may need a lift and uppies. Vellos, you could fly up to them, but you would also run the risk of making like a fly in a web.
Yeah, no. Now that I think about it, ugh.
Ooh, I think we have a very simple way that we can test that kind of thing.
Oh,
Lantern is going to take from her inventory a cork. She has had it in her pockets for some time now.
You guys have several.
And she is... Huh?
How many potions have you guys consumed? Because I was going to say, you guys probably have had several corks, but never mind. I don't remember the last time you guys choked down a potion.
These are specifically from when Thorne went on a bender.
Got it.
She's going to take a cork, and she's going to huck it up into the ceiling spider webs as hard as possible to see if these are load-bearing.
It does not come back down.
Okay. Then it works on corks, and I don't know if you are too heavy to be a cork here, but it definitely is very sticky.
Well,
That
I'll give you this
we probably
much.
don't
It
want
was
bucket.
load-bearing for the giant spiders.
I need to double check some things about druids real quick. 1 second.
Go crazy.
So,
Give me another survival check.
I'm pretty sure Lantern can turn into a giant spider.
Yes, I believe. I know you're not Circle of the Moon, but
I haven't used wild shape today. There is at least one giant wolf spider in the basic rules. Giant wolf spider.
There's also just regular giant spider, which is CR1.
I don't think I can change into a CR1 giant spider yet.
Giant wolf spider. Where is that? I'm gonna do giant weasel. Oh, here we go. Giant wolf spider. Different, but CR1 fourth. Wait, you're not a moon druid. So what is your wild shape restricted by?
I can't turn into anything that can fly.
Well, I should specify what's its challenge rating restrictions.
I think I'm up to 1/2.
Wild shape. Yes. Okay. You can transform into any beast that has a challenge rating of 1/4 or lower. That doesn't have some speed.
Yeah, I can't get up. I am a 4th level druid, so my challenge rating is. Sorry, I'm a 6th level druid, I think, but I'm
Yes,
at
your
least
challenge rating is 1/2.
Yeah.
I was
Just
under
wondered, they
the
just hit-
impression that wild
Just
shape
hit
was like
that
a quarter of your level, but no, apparently
No,
it's
I can't.
capped at
Until
1/2.
level 8, I can't turn into +1. I mean, to do a combat rating 1.
Or challenge rating.
That's what I mean. Just because I don't know what I'm talking about doesn't mean I don't know what I mean. But yeah, I can't be anything that flies until 8th level druid. I can turn into anything that swims at this point.
Okay, so there's So you cap at CR1, it's Moon Druids who cap at like CR7.
Yep. Wild shape is a utility for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Nope. So yeah, no, giant wolf spider would be an option.
Lantern is going to offer to turn into a giant wolf spider because spiders can navigate spider webs, I am assuming.
You'd assume correctly. I'm not even gonna have you check for that. You would already
Appreciate
know
that. Lantern would know more than I do, as she is the druid after all.
Fiona, can I give you a survival check for your working on the spider?
Okay. Another 11.
It's still slow progress, as at this point you're more just trying to locate what the venom gland might even look like.
You've pulled out a lot of different parts of the spider's head, but you're not sure if any of them are the poison gland.
It's gotta have one. It bit me. Now where is it?
But yes, Lantern will offer out loud to change into a giant wolf spider and navigate that and see if she can figure out what's going on up there.
People?
Crickets?
I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with it. I'm worried about them recognizing you as not one of them, but
Yeah.
and thus being alone with who knows how many.
Well, if that's the case, I will come skittering back to this room with them hot on my tail, and we will hopefully not have to fight them until we are all in the same room.
Yes, hopefully.
Yes.
That is the plan. All right. And with that, Lantern is going to turn into a fucking terrifying giant spider and skitter up the wall and through the spider hole she sees first.
So you're going this way. Okay, so as you head that way, you enter a room. I know. Horrifying.
Shocking.
Traumatizing, even. Looking around the room, you get the feeling it's something of a storeroom. It's about the size of this room. For a point of reference, it is, like I said, it looks to be a storeroom of some sort. With a few shelves. You do notice a chest, though you note there does not appear to be anything in here. In so much that
Empty storeroom. Okay, so this is not a storeroom full of supplies. This is a storeroom full of empty shelves.
No, but it does have some. It does have some items on the shelves. It's more a case that you are alone in here, is what I was getting at.
Got it. What are we looking at supplies-wise?
Supplies-wise, you are looking at items bundled in. I'll give you half a guess what the material is.
Probably silk.
Incorrect. It's actually canvas.
What?
I know, surprising.
You tricked me.
I did. It was funny.
It was pretty funny.
But yes, it is canvas. I will say, while this room is about the same size as that one, it is much more like that. Okay. Let's see here. You do notice a door on the one end.
I want to check what supplies we got. Like, is this foodstuffs? Is this weapon stuffs?
Sure thing. You have. Let me get my standard shelves out. Where did I put my shelf props? They aren't. When I can get the 3D printer working, I am going to be unstoppable. Actually, no, I'll be even more stoppable because I'll spend more time looking for props.
A lot of times swearing about filament jams.
Oh, I do that anyways. Not necessarily about filament jams, but I'll just swear in general. So we got chest here.
It's healthy.
It surprisingly is. It reduces. It's actually been determined to help reduce cortisol levels.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
So, fucking suck it, YouTube.
Yeah.
That said, we still have a swear budget, which is kind of dumb. I can't find my benches that I was using for shelves. They got duplicated. They disappeared.
Your props say no.
They do. It's kind of frustrating. Things aren't cheap. Oh. Crates. I would just use crates. They are shelves, but for the sake of things, I'm going to use crates. So basically, with a walkway in the middle, there are shelves like that.
All right. Again, very interested as to contents.
Okay. You can do a quick look, or are you going to try and be a little more thorough here?
And be a what? What out here?
Going to be
Thorough.
a quick look or more thorough?
Pretty thorough.
Okay.
If there's anything that can be used against us, I want to drop it down the spider hole to our friends.
So first off, then, I would like you to give me. I would like to direct your attention towards. We have a door over here. It is. Not sure how well that shows up on the stream, but I will say right now. Okay, so you can probably see the light going through it. It is supposed to be a solid door. I just. I'm out of solid doors. You get my banded doors now.
Okay, so if that's a solid door, that is representing a closed door.
Yes.
Okay,
It is just, like I said, it is a banded door.
understood. You gotta use the door that you have.
Exactly. You get it, you get it. I'm out here playing with props. Having a good time.
Do.
Okay, so as you go through the first set, so you are quick to realize your spidery limbs are not great at manipulating canvas sacks. It's that lack of thumbs, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna ask something insane.
Go ahead.
Do the contents rattling around sound more like food or more like metal?
Glass?
Huh?
Glass.
Glass?
Yes, glass. You know, the glass objects.
I am going to carefully stop shaking that, and I think I maybe have come to the conclusion that investigation is not a spider's strong suit so much as exploration.
That's fair. It's a fair
And
assessment.
is that door the kind that you can push open with a relatively clumsy spider leg, or the kind that will require doorknob manipulation?
It looks like the sort where if you can hook your leg through the loop on the door, you could probably pull it open.
I would like to listen at the door for a second.
Can you give me a perception check? And while this is happening, what's everyone else doing?
That's a nat 20.
Cursing at spider part for not being venom glands.
Yeah.
On a nat 20, you definitely do hear boots walk around on the other side.
Okay. Is this the only path of the tunnel leading into this room here.
As far as you can see, yes.
Okay. I would like to go back to the beginning and crawl into the other hole that was going the other way.
Okay, so y'all see Spider go scuttling out of this room, scuttling into this room.
Okay.
Do you want to scuttle all the way into the room, or kind of like hang out over here?
I want to skulk at the doorway and look in.
Okay,
See what I can see and hear. And
Perception check. This place is not the most lit. Aside from Fiona, you three, what are you doing? What are we doing here?
did not do quite so good on that. That is a 10.
Lantern, you don't know if you're alone in that room or not.
Okay. I'm going to skitter back and get down onto the floor before I transform back.
Okay.
Very important.
Yes.
Yes. And I am going to describe what I have seen, which is a storeroom with either booze or potions in canvas sacks, or empty bottles. And on the other side, she has absolutely no idea, but she did not feel alone.
Hmm.
You're gonna give me one last survival check.
Okay. To see if I actually succeed or if I butchered it completely
Basically.
in the wrong way. $16.
You are finally able to extract a venom gland after you realize you had set it off to the side in the first place. Your
That's what I'm looking for.
Your entire front is covered in spider gore.
Well, maybe it'll make them think twice about biting me again.
I don't think spiders will care.
Yeah, I think spiders might be cannibalistic.
Yeah.
Sometimes they consume each other while mating.
Oh
That's
dear.
right, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Anyways, I have a venom
keep
sac.
Goron.
Do you have anything to store it in?
I don't think the vials are large enough. Are the vials large enough?
No.
No.
I guess the best way for context would be if this is a vial, the spider gland would be more along the lines of... Like, I'm just talking about if the Fae is a vial. That would be more along the lines of the spider gland.
If you look at this and go, why did I harvest this again?
I did not ask.
Well, I guess we just have a loose venom gland.
Okay.
Yes,
I could give you some of my paper. So at least you could wrap it like at the butcher.
Well, we could always go see what's in those glass vials in that room you found. Steal one of those bags.
How do we get there? I don't think there's a door on that wall, is there?
Well, there's the secret room we haven't gone through yet. Maybe that connects somehow.
Yeah, as if we
Because
can
the
figure out
door
how
is
to
on
open
the
door.
right side at least.
Yeah, if we can figure out how to open the door.
Yep.
Oh,
Hmm.
do we want to try turning the pillars to face that door?
Remember
Or have we
correctly, you
already done that?
tried turning the pillars towards this one, didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's right.
However, you attempted nothing with this door.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Let's
could
give
take a
that another
look.
try.
Right, maybe it's something that unlocks after we unlocked both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's,
Lantern is pretty sure she is not the one who should be rotating big stone pillars with her physical strength, so she's going to pretty much just watch this with great interest.
Okay.
Dori will be
Fiona
one
is-
of the ones turning the pillars.
Hello, Bruno.
Okay,
She's pretty
so
strong.
people turning the pillars as you rotate them to face this wall, you do hear a click from this way. You also hear a click from over here, but did you guys close or leave the door open?
I think we left it open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably left it
You
open.
notice two very thick and sturdy prongs drop up and down out of the floor where the door would have sat.
Ah. Okay.
It automatically relocks, but because we left the door open, we still have access to that room.
Yay. Okay.
It also means you can't close
Alright.
the door, so keep that in mind.
Double-edged sword.
Well, did we want to open that door and see what's in that next room, or continue trying to open up this other door?
Didn't they say that this place was filled with traps?
They did.
Let's check it for traps first.
Okay, who's checking?
I'll help with that. I'll check the door.
So you're checking
I'm
door,
assuming
Vellos?
it's Dori and Vellos, since Dori
Okay.
mentioned trap.
One of you give me an
15.
advantaged investigation check as the other helps.
Oh, okay, not these tools. Okay.
Okay.
What's your investigation modifier?
I have expertise in it.
Oh, well, then you should definitely do it because I have a +1.
$28.
Okay,
Wow.
with an examination, you do find that while yes, the door is unlocked, you're glad you hadn't immediately pushed it open, as you spot a very thin ethereal tether going from the top of the door frame to the bottom of the door frame across the door.
Oh, that's
You only notice this because it's visible in the narrow gap between the ceiling and the door.
So it's probably to set off an alarm.
or trigger some kind of trap. I have no idea what this is connected to, but it's rigged in some way.
Do know it's not a physical object,
No, it's
hence ethereal.
Oh,
in that case either an alarm spell kind of deal, or possibly triggers a magic trap.
yeah. And if it's ethereal, we probably can't just cut it.
Probably not.
No.
I don't think there's anything in the thieves' tools for disarming something like that.
You used the thieves' tools a couple of times to deal with some arcane traps in a previous dungeon.
Yeah, but that was more like scraping runes on the floor.
Same principle would apply.
Yeah. Fiona, you're better at thieves' tools than I am, I think.
Am I?
Actually, I've got a +4, so
I also have a +4. We're about the
Okay.
same, because neither of us is proficient.
right.
If you remember correctly, while you used thieves' tools, this was more an Arcana check.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, and that
Arcana
would
is definitely more.
Yes, that's Fiona because
Alright.
Dori
I
is
think
not.
she's the only one who has any education in magic.
Yes.
Alarmingly.
Mhm.
Alarmingly.
Yes, Dori can cast spells, but that's about the extent of
Lantern just believes in herself and has fun.
it.
All right, so I guess Fiona will come over and attempt to disarm this magical trap.
Okay, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Hey, while she's doing that, I'm going to use the Pearl of Power's use today to restore a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay, go ahead and do that. The Pearl of Power becomes inert for the day, and you regain 1 spell slot
Fantastic, thank you.
as you feel a surge of energy ripple through you.
Occurs to me that I might want 1 more spell slot before we walk into whatever we're about to walk into.
Mm.
That's a 15.
On a 15, as you stick some probes and kind of mirrored objects, I'm seeing near the bottom of the door, unless you're standing on somebody's shoulders.
Yeah, Fiona's not that tall. So it would be probably be the bottom unless someone's willing to hold her up.
You were just barely able to find the trigger runes kind of etched into the bottom of the floor and are able to scrub out specific lines to disable the trap without triggering it.
Aha!
So while it is technically the payload is technically still there, the detonator is gone.
All right. Okay, I think I've taken the trigger out of it. I don't know where the actual, trap part of the trap is, but I've disabled the actual trigger for the trap. So it shouldn't spring.
The ethereal line does disappear.
There it goes.
All right.
There we go, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully there's not too many more of those.
Let us hope.
Yeah. And we gotta remember to keep our eyes open for ambushes from above now, too. That's fun.
Right?
Who's going first?
You or
I
me,
can.
Jen?
Okay.
Okay.
Tutorial's
Fiona will happily volunteer.
As you open the door, and I guess you're keeping an eye on the ceiling as well as you go through.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona, having just gotten through with the trap, you kind of look up and you notice, there's the payload ruin.
Fiona will point up and go, that's what was supposed to dump on us. Or activate above us.
Fun.
Not a table, but it's a good stand. Well, actually, no. These barrels make better standing. There's a fountain.
Fountain.
Got a fountain there. Some pillars. I got to get some pillar props. Yeah, that's fine. Where's my markers? I don't know where my markers are. Never mind. Alright. Well, you got pillars. I can borrow these. Actually, I have chairs, so I'll just use chairs. Whatever. Okay. We have pillar. Pillar and
All the pillars.
okay, you got 4 pillars in the room. You have a fountain in the middle. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check as you guys are looking around while you come in.
Okay.
Everyone?
2 people.
Probably
Alright.
nothing. I've only got a +1.
Probably
here.
not Fiona. I'm not proficient in it. I have a +3
I'm
though.
+3.
+4 here, so I'll do one.
What's Lantern's
I'm
perception?
sorry, I missed the
Perception.
perception. That's pretty good. My passive perception is 16. I've got a
The modifier.
+3 to it.
Are you proficient?
I am proficient, yes.
All right,
Okay,
you call
so
it
yeah.
the other one making the proficiency or the perception.
Got it. I will go ahead and
Yeah.
make a perception check.
All right. Because Dori, Bruno, and Fiona are not proficient in perception.
Did not help me much. That is an 11.
God.
Natural
20.
2.
22 for Vellos.
Vellos, as you're looking up along the ceiling, while it is covered in more web, and you do see a tunneling through this room into here, you are not seeing anything at the moment. As for the layout of the room itself, it is once again dimly lit on the pillar. Each pillar has torch sconces which burn an ethereal blue color. The fountain itself running does not appear to be filled with water, as whatever fluid in it is a kind of a purple color.
Oh,
Weird.
Hmm.
I kind of want to give that a sniff.
It doesn't seem
See if
to
I can
smell
figure out.
smell like anything.
Doesn't smell like not even like water.
I should say it doesn't seem to smell like anything out of the ordinary.
It just kind of smells like purple water.
Yeah, functionally.
Well, we have a bunch of empty vials if you wanted to take a sample, Lantern.
Oh my god, I would love to take a sample.
Easy enough. You're able to fill and cork a vial with some of the purple fluid. It's at that point you realize it does feel a little more oily and a little thicker than water would.
Vial of oily purple water added to inventory.
Weird.
I would like to, without making direct contact with it, use another vial to dump a little bit out onto the floor a far distance from the fountain.
Nothing happens.
I would like to get out my tinderbox and fire striker.
It does not appear to be flammable.
It's probably not oil.
Good
It
to
looks
know.
oily, so I thought it might be oil. Can you guys tell if it's magic?
do you want me to do detect magic? Sure. And Dori will cast detect magic on it.
Okay. Dori. The torches all ping as magical. The fountain pings as magical, but it's the entire structure, not just the fluid inside, so that's not helping you any. The fountain itself, transmutation, I need to check the nature of a specific spell.
What about the vial of the fluid that Lantern has?
Does not appear to be magical.
Huh.
Right.
So Dori will say that the torches are magical, big surprise, and the fountain is magical. It's some kind of transmutation magic. I definitely wouldn't try drinking the water or whatever, because,
Oh no,
we
it
don't
looks
want them to
gross.
change people into something else.
What do you think the chances it turns you into a spider?
Do we want me to identify it?
I would point out the magic. Any kind of transforming fluid is going to be magical.
Yeah.
Just to get that out of the way right now.
Yeah.
I am curious about what's going on with the fountain, if we could get more information on that.
You can do an investigation of it.
Okay, I'll investigate.
What kind of magic?
Yeah, all it tells me is transmutation. Do we want to spend 11 minutes while I do an identify?
I got a nat 20 on the investigation.
Lantern,
wow.
as you sift and as you kind of walk along the exterior, poke around, do all the sorts of examination you can without actually getting into the fluid.
Touching it with a stick, all the plastics.
You kind of come to the reasonable conclusion that whatever the magic is, its sole purpose is to make the fountain do its fountain thing.
So whatever the magic in here, like it's whether the water is magical or not, any of the actual magic going on is fountain oriented.
Yes.
I think an
fountain to work as a fountain.
I think an identify would probably be helpful because I don't think there's anything going on here other than the fountain. And I think like taking 11 minutes for you to do that while we all sort of stand guard and make sure no spiders drop on you that's probably the way to do it.
Well,
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have figured out the spell I was looking for to give you the nature of magic tied to the torches. That is evocation.
Yeah.
Or
well, might as well check some of the pillars. See if there's anything other than the torches with them.
Lantern will stand at attention, eyes upwards, ready for spiders.
Okay, and Dori will be casting Identify as a ritual.
so.
Should have cast the Detect Magic as a ritual. Whatever.
Or you're coming in a little quiet. What are you casting Identify on?
I'm sorry. I'm casting Identify as a ritual.
Okay, on
The fountain.
the fountain. Okay. Sure. As you guys wait around for 11 minutes, the fountain. It's as the Lantern's investigation resulted in. It's just there's some kind of everflow spell tied to it that basically makes the fountain not need to be hooked up to a pressure system to allow the fluid to intake through the bottom, go up through the top, and come back out down.
Okay, so it doesn't need a pump because it's got a spell on it.
That's
Okay. Dori will then walk up to one of the torches and say, I'm gone for another 11 minutes, and will ritually cast Identify on one of the torches.
okay.
Lantern continues the next phase of her investigation, which is a little paper boat.
Saki.
Not good buoyancy?
Yeah.
I think this fluid might be lighter than water because this boat doesn't float in it very well at all.
That's weird.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question?
I floated a little paper boat in the fountain.
No, but what was the question in regards to buoyancy?
Well, you said that it got soggy immediately, so I was like, okay, so the buoyancy of the water isn't very good.
Oh, sorry.
Because things don't float in oil. Things don't float in things that are lighter as well as they float in things that are heavier. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fun nature fact.
No, I know that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. The torches are a sort of ever-burning torch, just not as potent as the ones you might find regularly being sold.
Okay, so they're just ever-burning torches.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're sounding further and further away, Dori.
Sorry. I guess I keep putting my hand in front of the microphone.
Oh,
Is that better?
Yes.
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 Okay.
I thought Dora was identifying the fountain.
I did that already.
Oh, yeah.
It had an Everflow spell
So
on it.
where was the transmutation magic coming from?
The fountain. The fountain.
But all the magic, all the transmutation magic is for pumping fluid?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay. I think at this point, the Imp of the Perverse is going to win the internal argument it is 100% of the time having with Lantern, and she's going to stick her hand in it.
Well, you've already stuck your hand in it before to fill up the vial.
I didn't stick my hand in it, I stuck the vial in it. I was careful. This is a full-on submerge the hand. Wiggle the fingers around underwater.
It feels kind of oily. It's definitely feels a little different from water.
Lantern, do not
Proverbial
put that
imp.
in your mouth.
I'm gonna flip a coin real quick. Don't worry about why. Just really quickly, gonna flip a coin here. Don't worry about it, guys.
Oh,
Lantern scoops a cup to hand full of water into her mouth.
Give me a con save.
Lantern!
that.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
17.
Lantern, this oily stuff coats your mouth. It tastes wretchedly bitter as it flows down your throat. And within seconds, you've stumbled back from the fountain, dropped your knees, clutching your stomach, doubling over, and begin retching out the contents of your gut.
Still in presumably very high spirits, she interrupts one of her wretches to go, "It's an emetic!" and continues vomiting.
Lantern will basically spend the next 30 seconds retching.
When she's
and mind
done,
you passed the save.
I'm assuming I did. That's why she was still in good spirits.
yeah. When
She's not poisoned. She's just violently throwing up.
Yeah. When she's finished vomiting, Dori will prestidigitation the vomit away.
Do you do that for my spider gore?
Oh, yeah, sure. And Dori will do the same thing to the spider gore.
Lantern thanks her, still sort of scrubbing absently at her face. You see her sort of licking her teeth contemplatively. And she says, "I found something that tastes worse than spider chicken."
Well, it was bound to happen.
Ay.
I don't know what it's for, but it's definitely not for kobolds to drink.
There's
No,
definitely,
I don't think it's supposed to be drinking.
You still have that oiliness coating your mouth.
Ugh.
She continues licking her teeth. Vellos, you hear her mutter in Draconic, like maybe if you overboiled a cup of tea for 73 years.
That would be a long time.
You
to
even
boil.
have
Okay.
tea left.
Okay, so you still have a door here and a door here.
Forgot about the door.
I think this fountain may be decorative, you guys. I think the purple might be dye, and the thing that I'm... Hold up. And if there's any... She's gonna go pull one of Velos's scales out of her pocket and use the shiny reflective surface, which I'm going to say right now has clearly been buffed with great care to a mirror sheen. Using that reflectiveness, she's going to see if her mouth is dyed purple.
Unfortunately, it's still organic material, so it's not the most reflective thing. But while you still have that oiliness feeling in your mouth, it's not been dyed purple.
Huh. I feel like my mouth should be purpler than it is right now, she says contemplatively, and puts the scale back in her pockets.
Well,
Dori goes
Let's-
over to the door between the door into the chamber we know about.
Okay, into here.
The southern one.
And as she gets up there,
Probably.
she realizes that she's not the best person to check for traps. And
Well,
she's going to call over.
Vellos.
To Fiona.
Oh.
Or Lantern, either one of them, and ask if they could come check this thing for traps.
I sense a little bit of spitefulness.
Sure. Fiona will say, looking between Dori and Vellos for a moment before checking the door for traps.
You just see Vellos.
With my straight roll that I have no pluses to.
Oh, I
you just
thought,
see Vellos'
I thought-
posture just droop a bit.
Vellos has expertise in investigation.
Okay, I messed that up. I was thinking that Fiona and Vellos were both at about the same place.
No.
No.
Okay.
Investigate is an int check. I have 0 int.
Okay. Oh.
Vellos,
Roy will
what
look over at him and go, I'm sorry. The pain is
That's a 2.
distracting. Jeez.
That's a 2.
Yeah,
One
okay.
other person may
That's
make a straight roll investigation.
straight roll? Oh,
Fiona
That
feels
is
weird
not
about
advantage
being in
or
the middle.
okay.
So just a straight roll on your investigation. Fiona, the door is in fact made out of door.
Well,
Vellos, you're confident that you're not seeing anything.
I don't
I like how we both
see
same.
anything.
Is
I
detect
think.
magic still up?
How long is detect? No, probably not, because we've
Yeah.
messed around for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Detect Magic's only up for 10.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to wait another 11 minutes, I can cast it as a ritual and check out the door.
Probably
Wouldn't it
not.
have covered the door from the middle of the room? Or how big is the range on that?
30 feet, I think.
It's 30 feet. That's probably.
From near the fountain, that definitely would have hit the door, I think.
Yeah, if we were paying attention, though.
And if it was a magical trap, it might not be a magical
Yes.
trap.
True. It'd only ping if it was a magic trap.
Yep.
Alright, well, as far as I can tell, I don't see any traps.
I gotta be right back.
Okay.
Vellos' confidence might have taken a hit there.
Fiona will sigh and then open the door.
The door opens.
Good, there was nothing.
Well, it wasn't locked either. Fiona will say.
Okay.
Uh.
Inside the room, from the ceiling, you see more spider web.
Any spiders
Unsurprising.
on those spider webs?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
And you would probably know because these guys are massive.
Yeah.
What else do we see in the
What you
room?
see is you have a table here. You have some torches lining the wall to give some degree of illumination, as they do. And you see some statues here and here of arachnoid figures.
Four
Not as
spider
big
statues.
as the giants. They would still definitely be giant spiders, but they're more like the ones that Lantern turned into as far as size goes.
I'm back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We were talking
The
about
door was
back.
not trapped.
Everyone talked at once, so I have no idea what anybody said.
The door wasn't
I
trapped.
said the. Yeah. No traps on the door.
Then we should go through it.
Yeah, and he was in the middle of explaining what we were seeing, which was
So
no
yes,
spiders on the ceiling.
No spiders on the ceiling, but you do see some arachnid-like statues here and here. They're still like giant spiders, but more like the ones that Lantern had turned into, rather than the big horse-sized ones that jumped you in the previous room.
Okay.
Fiona will carefully step through the door.
Nothing happens.
Excellent.
Lantern will follow.
Okay.
So will Vellos.
So will Dori.
Everyone pile in. Sorry, Bruno. Or, no, that was a pillar. Sorry, pillar. Sorry, Bruno, for mistaking you as a pillar. Okay.
Are there any differences between these 4 spider statues?
Doesn't seem to be.
So they're all the same?
Yeah, looks like it.
That's
All
weird.
the same, looking inwards.
Is there anything on the table?
How tall is Fiona?
3 foot 5 inches.
Okay. You are able to see in the middle of the table, just out of your reach, appears to be another hexagonal tile.
Ah,
Fiona looks at the table, then looks at the statues and go, my gut says that if we touch that, those might hit us. Why,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't trust this place.
Yeah, this seems way too easy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this
At the
is
same point, we're probably going to need that tile.
Yeah.
definitely. We won't be able to open that other door without them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can see what happens if I poke it with a stick before trying to take it off the table.
Lantern, how tall are you?
Well, I could give someone else a stick. Yeah, I'm 5 inches shorter than Fiona. I have absolutely no idea what anyone can see
stand
here.
on the top of the table. From
Yeah,
perspective
no,
of the
I'm-
table, your horns would be poken over, but that's about it.
I'm looking like a little kid trying to see what Dad's building in the garage with about the same level of success.
Before messing with the table and the piece, Vellos is going to check one of the statues.
Alright, what are you doing?
Just seeing if it's rigged with some kind of trap or if it looks like it's articulated.
Give me an investigation check.
$22.
As you examine over the spider, something dawns on you, and you kind of get down on your hands and knees and check the underside. And you find yourself staring at a headache-inducingly complex ward.
Oh, crap baskets.
What?
What's up?
Or I
This
said ward, I
one-
meant symbol.
Huh?
I said ward, I meant symbol.
Magic symbol?
Yes.
This one's got some kind of crazy magic symbol underneath it. Fiona, you might want to check this out.
Coming.
And Vellos is going to check the others to see if they have the
They
same
all
thing.
have the same symbol.
Oh, great, they all have it.
Well, it's probably got to do with
Fiona will bend down and examine the symbol underneath on the belly of the spider.
Give me an Arcana check.
That is an 8.
You're getting a bit of a headache looking at this. You wouldn't even know where to start.
This one is beyond what I've studied. Sorry, guys. It is definitely magical for sure, but it is insanely complicated. I think you actually have to practice magic to understand what exactly this thing does.
Well,
I mean, I think I have a
My
guess.
best guess is it animates the statue.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
yep, mine
And-
too.
Dice,
Yes.
did Vellos find articulation in the statue's limbs? Like, does it look like they could
what
move?
I told you is what you found.
Okay, so it didn't.
I'm pretty sure if magic's involved, you don't need articulation in the limbs.
Yeah, the magic does it for you.
I mean, I
The magic
guess
kind of makes the wood or the stone malleable.
Or no longer stone.
can do that. Huh.
Or they
It
could
Well,
allows it to
golems.
move like flesh, essentially, but it's still stone.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing I can try, but we might want to pile out of this room first.
What's that?
Blast one with acid.
Yep. I'm all for that.
Yep, and I'm all for getting out of the room before you go blasting things.
Lantern will get out of the
Yeah.
room, but she will absolutely hover by the doorway. She wants to see this.
Okay, so
Fiona has had enough with acid with the last couple of dungeons, and she will also happily move out of the room.
everybody else decides they want to be out of the splash radius.
Yes.
Just try not to hit the table,
Lantern
we don't
stands.
want to damage that key.
Lantern stands
Right.
at danger close.
Oh yeah, excitedly watching, like she's about to watch somebody do a cool trick.
Before we go ahead and do this, as we go ahead and take our break right here.
Hilariously
That sounds
ominous.
like an excellent idea.
Sure,
Works
'cause
for
even
me.
if this works, it's probably still going to result in a fight.
Refresh your
Oh,
drinks,
yeah,
get your
absolutely.
snacks.
Yep.
I'll
All
see
that
you all
Yep.
15:10 or 10:15.
Okay.
Okay, and we're back from break. Let us get with Vellos weaponizing acid reflex. I think it's the plan.
Yeah.
Bleh.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He figures these things are they're inanimate objects right now. They're just stone. His acid's really good at destroying objects and structures and stuff. So what the hell? He does not want to catch the table or the puzzle piece in the spray, though.
Spilled all my templates all over the place.
Mhm.
Grabbing a template.
Ah.
And I almost spilt them everywhere. An appropriately sized template, that is the question. Check the size. Just have straight up a chunk. So that's its current range. That would be
10-foot radius.
That piece
Guess
of
we
rice
just
still had a
use-
husk on it.
What's your radius? Radius. Alright, here you go. 10-foot radius.
That's bigger than I was expecting.
Nope, that is a 10-foot radius. Because it is 10 feet from the center.
Fair enough.
You're going to
Alright,
hit everything in the room, basically.
You might want to aim that in a way that's not going to hit everything in the room, basically.
Yeah, he's gonna try to aim it. He's gonna be targeting one of the statues specifically. Just to...
You can either aim it here or on the other side of the room to not hit the table.
Alright, that works.
Okay.
So you'll be able to get two of the statues.
Yeah, and one of them's going to really feel this. So 8d4 damage. Deals double damage to objects and structures. I don't know if that's going to apply, but let's find out.
Okay, so go ahead and
That's fairly average.
what did you roll?
16.
No, that is
That's a
average.
lot
That
of
is a lot of
twos.
twos. That is below average.
That's
You rolled. Okay, so basically on a 8d. Oh no, that is basically average. On an 8d4, you rolled 8 twos. That is. You rolled. Okay, sure, you rolled a 3 and a 1, but we're just gonna call it 8 twos. You rolled perfectly average.
okay then.
Congratulations.
Sure. Well, one of them takes the full 16. The other takes half of that. And if they count as an object at the moment, they take double.
So just to understand the probability of getting all the dice to a 8 dice on d4 is a 0.00015 chance. Is basically
What the
you
hell?
rolled. 0.00015 chance of getting a 16 on 8d4.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. In the way you rolled it, you'll get a lot of it again.
Too bad I don't gamble.
Yeah.
At least with real money, typically.
Whatever. To make it less impressive, just to get a 16 is is that 0.058. Anyways, so neglecting the damage, a burst of magic, and you now have four active giant wolf spiders, much like the one that Lantern had turned into. What you did do was shatter the wards, altering which triggered the spells.
Huh. So didn't actually hurt them.
No. But you did leave
Well-
the sizable divot in the floor.
Well, poop.
That's unfortunate.
Worth a shot.
Yep.
And at least they're triggered not surrounding us.
This is
Yeah.
also true.
I only have 3 spiders. I thought I had 4. I just sworn I had 4. That's weird. Oh well. Bizarre. Very bizarre.
One of these days we're gonna come across like a reinforced door or something that Vellos can just melt through.
Come across a couple. You guys decided to just go different ways.
I might use it on that other locked door, that hidden locked door after this fight, but decisions for later.
Okay, anyways, go ahead and give me those juicy initiative checks.
Okay.
Initiative is that one word I can never spell right.
Understandable.
We can all wind up clustered right together.
Ooh.
Well, at least Fiona's did well this time.
Yeah.
I did better than I did last time.
Most of us did better than we did last time. Except for
I
Dori.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, poor Dori.
Well, that's Mo.
It's hard to beat a natural 20 on initiative. You're never going to do
Well,
Yeah.
better than
that's
that.
true. That's true. But I'm half. Almost. I'm actually just over half of less.
Two. Make my life easier. Swap you 2 around. Okay, cool. Okay. What did we get? 25 to 20.
20 for Fiona.
Fiona on a 20?
Not a nat 20.
Yeah, Fiona on a
Yeah.
20 though. That's all I needed to know. And then
Yes.
1915.
Nobody.
Huh. Alright then, that's good to know. Okay, 14 to 10.
12.
13.
Was that Vellos 14?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Dori 13.
Yep.
And then Lantern 12. Lantern, what's your dex mod?
+3.
Can you roll me a d20 real quick? Just tell me what you get.
Roll off.
2.
Oh no.
Okay. Thank you. And then Bruno, what did you get?
9.
Okay. Did I miss somebody? 1, 2, 3. No, I did not.
No, there's
It's just
5
5
of us.
players.
There's... Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Let's take with Fiona.
All right. Well, there's 4 spiders in that room.
Yes.
Fiona is unsure if she wants to be besieged by all 4. She contemplates for a minute, shrugs her shoulders, and then runs in to attack the one to the east of the door.
So this one.
Yes.
Shortest minute ever. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Yeah, she's going to start with her short sword. Oops, that was at disadvantage because I just copy and pasted from before. So I'm going to...
Yeah, go ahead and just reroll it. You
All
grab
right.
2 d20s instead of 1. Reroll it.
Yep. Let me just retype that out. There we go. 15.
15.
It's a 15 hit this wolf spider. All right. For 8 points of piercing damage on this first attack,
Okay.
she'll swing again with her sword. Ooh, for a 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice.
For another, oh my god, 11 points of piercing damage, max damage.
Ouch.
Then she's going to use her bonus action to roundhouse punch it.
Okay, well, hang on.
Oh,
That's enough
okay.
to bring it down.
Oh,
So if you have additional movement, you may go ahead and just use that attack on something else.
that'll be the one to the west of the door.
Okay. Anyway, just go ahead and follow. Go ahead and just roll damage since I was slow on the uptick there.
Sorry. that for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And since she's on such a roll, she's going to use a key point to do flurry of blows and punch it again.
Okay.
For
Yeah, that'll
22.
hit.
She gets some double, I swear.
She is getting revenge on that from that first spider
Yep.
I'd say.
for another 6 points
Great
of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that'll do it. These guys, you're realizing they're not as tough as the big horse-sized ones you fought. As you see Fiona just... Vellos, you get a solid look at Fiona just rush past, and you blink and 2 spiders are dead.
I am glad I am as heavily armored as I am. Yikes.
Fiona looks very satisfied at having killed 2 spiders very quickly. And that'll end her turn.
Hey, would you look at that? That takes things over to Vellos.
Right. Vellos is going to try to smush the spider to the southeast, I think.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna walk in there.
Yep.
Slow,
Not as-
lumbering, trudge your way inside. You miss.
That's a 10. Try it with the tail this time.
Miss the hammer, but catch on the follow-up with your tail strike.
For minimum damage. God damn it. Okay, that's it for him.
Okay.
Game's just freaking mocking me at this point.
Dori, your turn. After
Okay.
Vellos' lackluster performance.
You couldn't pour water out of a boot if the instructions were on the heel.
Which one?
Oh, I'm sorry, the guy to the northwest.
Okay. Thank you. That's a 16 on this. That's a 17 on the save.
He saves. She pouts.
Oh dear. That's unfortunate.
Can't mock somebody
Yes, it
using
is.
boot-related insults when they don't know what a boot is.
I suppose.
Also, that's just true. Lantern was a spider recently and would have had a very difficult time pouring water out of a boot.
Okay.
And
yes.
Dori will look at Lantern and go,
That's going to take it to the spiders, if people don't have anything else they're doing.
No.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and have this one make an attack on Vellos. That's going to be a 24 to hit. Vellos.
Yep, we using dragon magic for the shield spell.
Okay, blind class resource for shield spell. Okay. The next one is going to go ahead and make its way over to Fiona and make an attack.
Understandable.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
21 will hit, yes.
Okay. Make a con save while I grab my dice.
All right. That is a nat 1, so no.
Well, you're going
Oh.
to take 8 poison damage and 6 piercing.
Is that 8 total, or?
No, that's 8 poison and 6 piercing. That's 14 total.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yikes.
This is why I punched out
Oh.
your other 2 friends.
Sorry, I misread that. That's going to be 4 piercing. So that's 2 less damage.
Okay. I mean, I'll
So
take 2
12
more health.
points.
Yep. And that's going to take things over to Lantern.
So I kind of think that Moonbeam might be a little too much mustard for these guys.
Maybe.
And I'm thinking maybe I want to go put my sword in one of them instead.
Okay. Which one are you heading to?
I would like to go for one that I can flank with, I believe that's Fiona.
Easy enough.
Fantastic.
Simple enough.
Okay, with advantage from flanking, that is a natural 20.
I can roll damage on a crit.
Uh,
Kind of lame damage, but that does 8 swords damage.
Okay, solid hit.
I just realized I was rolling the wrong.
Not really any worth speaking of.
Alright, that's going to take things over to Bruno then.
Bruno is going to move in and cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on Fiona.
Okay.
Aw.
You just took 12 points of damage. I'm going to do my best to keep you healthy.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that. Since that was a quarter of my HP, since I have 48.
For
Okay.
12 points. Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent. No overhealing either.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bruno.
Yep. And that will end his turn.
Okay.
Actually, no, he'll move 1 space over to give room for someone else to exit the door. That'll end his turn.
That'll take things back up to Fiona.
All right. Well, there's this spider that just bit her, right?
Yes.
She thinks it needs a sword in its face to understand what it feels like to be pierced like that.
Okay, fair enough.
And I just realized I was rolling the wrong damage dice for my punches.
Oops.
They're
Right.
D6s now.
Yes, they are D6 now.
Not that it would have made any difference in any of the previous rolls,
No,
but that's a 26 to hit.
that'll hit. And you're at advantage. You forgot about that.
Okay, let me just roll one more d20 just to make sure I don't get a crit. Oh,
You did.
I did!
Excellent.
Nice.
Plus
Well,
5.
that Spidey is super dead.
You
Yeah.
kind of
14 points of piercing damage.
you run through the spider to the point where its the hilt of your blade is pushed against its mandibles, press against its head, and pull straight out.
This is why you don't bite people, bitch. And she's gonna go use her second attack over on the spider Vellos is attacking. There's not room to flank it, is there?
It'd be an awkward flank against not. No, there would be. There technically is. It's just one of those weird things with the wall.
I mean, I am
grids.
3 feet, so
Yeah.
if anyone's gonna fit there, it's gonna be Fiona or Lantern.
It's not so much whether or not you fit. There is technically space. It's just hex grids and straight lines.
Fair. Alright. So let me modify this roll. for my other attack with my short sword.
Yep.
For 25 to hit, not a
That'll
crit.
hit.
10 points of piercing damage.
And that'll finish it off as you puncture its abdominal region.
It's becoming clear that Fiona does not like spiders.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's reasonable.
Okay, then.
He says he to stop fucking biting me. It hurts.
Bites do hurt, yes.
I figure it's revenge for all of the spiders I have bitten myself.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you grab the tile? We just need to find one more of them.
Okay,
Fiona
this
will pick up
Powder.
the
tile you
tile.
grab is in resemblance of the spider's head.
Of course
You
it
know,
is.
considering this room, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. As pouting Vellos puts it in his pack or pouch, whatever. Right.
At least
Well-
you can sit there with a confidence in knowing that your teammates taste better than spider webbing.
He is not going to say that out loud.
Okay.
Okay, indeed.
No, there wasn't another door.
Yes.
There's another door to the north of the fountain room. Do we want to check that one out?
Yes.
Have Vellos check it.
And he shall check it for traps and locks and traps.
Vellos, don't let me forget. I need to find a washer that'll fit on the underside of your token, and I need to glue it on there.
Okay.
Your piece is really easy to knock over.
'24 investigation.
24. As you examine the door, you do find it is locked, but you are not. As you examine, the usual suspects, the crack around the door frame, the gap between the doors, the lock itself, you're not seeing any sort of trap mechanisms.
Well, it's locked, but as far as I can tell, clear of traps, so have at it.
All right. Dori, did you want to try this one? Dori,
I'm sorry, what was that?
did you want to try unlocking this door?
I can. I thought you were better at those.
That's only when it's Arcana.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me
Because otherwise we're both the same as far as
The
regular
only
doors go.
non-magic user in the group is proficient at disarming arcane locks.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
Make of that
Okay.
what you will.
Dirty 20.
Now, excuse me, that is enough to undo the rather unique lock mechanism.
Okay.
But that is enough to pop it open.
Okay, cool. She will open the lock and kind of peek in the door, see
Okay.
if she sees anything.
Since you're trying to be sneaky, I presume, with peeking inside, go ahead and give me a stealth check
Okay.
and then a perception check.
Okay. $19.
Okay. You're able to quietly enough open the door.
A dirty 20 on perception.
Okay, as you look around the interior of the room, you see more of those of those black-skinned humanoids. YouTube, for the sake of sanity, I'm talking about drow.
Yep.
The players have already figured this out, but God.
Pretty sure, but although I thought they were purple skinned.
No, drow are more. I'm sorry, if I ever gave the impression that they were purple skinned in the previous session, I'm sorry, that was not the intent.
I don't remember where I came up with it that they were purple skinned. So
They're like pitch black, I think.
Yeah.
okay.
Very
Okay.
much so ebony in coloration.
That and the spider theme gave it away for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was thinking,
There is no door there. I just don't have. I'm running out of walls.
Don't have enough walls.
Yeah. I might cannibalize this room once you're done with it.
That's fair.
Actually, you guys aren't going back in here, are you?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Help! The dungeon is shifting.
Uh-oh.
No, that'll be later. That'll be later if you guys ever go in that direction.
You know, I can't say I'm surprised.
I love how scary some of the shit you say is, Dice.
Yeah, it's like, oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay. So, door's kind of. So you've got some more of those guys. I can hear skeletons because I just don't have any drow minis. Not like the characters would actually know what drow are, but
No.
you know how it is. And then you've got...
They're black-skinned humanoids.
Yes. Like shadows, sort of like turn off the lights and that's the kind of black we're talking about, YouTube. We got some more of these guys here. Our favorite. They have not noticed you yet.
Ooh, sneaky sneak.
Man, when you say things like that, it really makes me want to sneak up and use Moonbeam on a guy. Admittedly, I always want to do that. Like, you don't need to make me want to do that because I already want to do that.
Yeah, I know Lantern needs to submit herself to Moonbeams Anonymous.
Yeah.
It's just so pretty.
Oh well. Alright.
Like, I think we should definitely sneak up on them and then I cast Moonbeam and everyone else does their attacks.
Well, Bruno was going to go up to Fiona and activate Vigilant Blessing, because I keep forgetting.
Oh, how long does that last?
It lasts until we roll initiative,
Okay.
at which point you have advantage on your initiative roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that something that costs a spell slot to use?
Nope.
Oh.
No, it's a class feature.
Yep. And one I can use, it's not even limited number of times. I can only have one active at a time, but I can use it as many times as I need. However many battles we have.
That's a good class feature.
Yep,
Yeah.
It's one I've been forgetting about, though.
Well, Fiona will happily accept that blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I would like to stick to the shadows and get within Moonbeam range.
Easy enough from the room you're in. Everyone else?
I don't know if there's a way for Fiona to get in there without them seeing her.
Well, it's a surprise round, so... That's what I'm saying. You guys
Okay.
have the drop on the situation.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Well,
and that-
if she does, depending on where lantern or
I would like to
well,
put the moonbeam between any of the two groups and the one where it would hit 3 of them at once.
so right dead center between those 2 spiders and that drow.
I was thinking honestly to between 2 of the drows and 1 of the spiders.
Okay.
So probably
Yeah.
you're thinking like maybe right here.
That is exactly where I'm thinking.
Okay.
All right. Then Fiona will probably attack the spider to the east. And she only gets to do 1 attack, or does she get both of her extra
She
attacks?
gets her multi-attack.
Okay, just no bonus action.
Yeah.
All right. And Fiona would attack the spider to the east because she currently has a vendetta against them.
That's fair. So, let's see if Fiona wants to
Well-
move it over here to attack.
Vellos is gonna go to the other spider. Ooh.
Vellos staying out of moonbeam range goes here.
And he's gonna use a new spell.
I gotta roll my con saves for things. Okay, only the drows. The drow got the highest out of 15.
Drow passes.
Okay, everything else rolled below 10.
Then the drow takes 8 radiant damage, and the spiders each take 16 radiant damage.
Okay, there's
I thought
only
you were
one spider
targeting
there,
2.
so I should
Oh, okay.
because that's you said you wanted to hit 3. That's the only spider you're hitting.
Yeah.
You hit 3 from
Gotcha.
Spiders out.
Well, the ones who failed take 16. The one who passed takes 8.
Easy.
Should I just roll my attack on the spider?
Yeah.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Oops.
I'll wait till
Yeah,
Fiona's
wait,
done
six-
to
yeah.
describe my spell. Pretty sure this will
For
hit
11
everything that's
points
still
on
alive.
the first swing. Does a 14 hit on the second swing?
14 hits.
A 14 hits? Okay.
Why are you advantaged?
Because it's a surprise round?
Right. I was thinking, sorry.
For a 10.
Good damage,
So
still standing.
21. Oh, that spider is still standing. Okay. She did some
Great.
serious piercing damage to it.
Well, Vellos is going to use one of the new
You wanna
spells
make
he
your
learned.
multi-attack?
I thought she
Oh.
attacked twice.
She did.
I did.
Sorry. Sorry. You.
I did a total of 21 points of
I
damage to
missed
that
the first
spider.
attack. Yeah, no, that's gonna kill it.
Okay.
I
Very
missed
good
the
spider.
first attack. Alright, go ahead, and what's your spell, Vellos?
Spirit Guardians, and I'm designating all of my allies as unaffected.
Okay, so that's all going to be. What's the saving throw on that again?
Wisdom saves.
Saves. Okay. Five, 7, 12.
None of them pass, so they all take. Really? Really?
Oof.
Ooh.
Two.
God.
Roll'em just does not like me today, except for investigation checks for whatever reason. Okay, well they all take nine radiant damage.
You like Roll'em in the regard that at the very least it doesn't hitch.
Yeah, there's that. It's
Unlike Roll20's actual dice roller. Actually, no, the problem with Roll20's dice roller is that it's actually biased.
Oh,
Roll20's dice roller is just mean.
You know, Roll20's dice roller is biased towards the DM.
ah,
Anyways,
Vellos
has-
is done.
Yep,
Dori's
so-
going
Bruno.
to, yeah, Dori's going to go just off the door, and she's going to attack the guy in the west. and she's
dude.
going to cast Dissonant Whispers at him,
What's the save on
which is
that?
a wisdom save. Wisdom.
That's a 10.
10 does not save. He gets, let's see, that's 12 psychic and 5 necrotic for 17 total.
And the only direction he's going is onto the floor.
Okay, well,
For reference, it looks like Vellos just summoned a bunch of ghosts that are beating the shit out of the drow.
Hell yeah.
There.
Or
More ghosts.
angelic ghosts. They look angelic.
They look like they're Amalgites of frost and flame.
Bruno will Sacred Flame the drow that is not being affected by Moonbeam.
Okay. Dex save?
Yep.
30-20. So he gets
That
an idea as to
passes.
what's going on.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
And then there were 2.
Yep.
and we got both of the spiders, didn't we?
We
Yes, we
did.
did.
Fiona's very happy about that.
I'm sitting here debating on whether or not I should ask you guys to roll initiative or just take it from the alphabetical.
I mean, they're gonna have to roll. They're gonna have to roll for Spirit Guardians again on their turn. So
Same for that one guy in Moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, this would technically eat Vigilant Blessing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
at least you can just cast it again, Bruno.
Yeah, no, it's like that is a spell that does not, or an ability that does not require a spell slot.
Let's take it from the highest dex score.
Okay.
Fiona, go ahead.
So that would be. Alright, well, there's the drow in front of her, so she will
you guys are gonna
swing
wipe
her
this clip
short
quickly.
sword.
Yeah.
23 to hit. $11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It likes to give me max damage.
I am complaining. I know you're not.
That's a 27 to hit.
Hit.
For 7
Yeah.
points of piercing damage.
He's somehow still standing.
And then bonus action punch
Because
for 23 to hit.
Hit.
doing her best to keep that kill streak rolling.
For 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And
Alright.
it's rolling.
And that'll end Fiona's turn. She is not going to get close to the other one because there's Moonbeam there.
There is Moonbeam there. Who's next one? Who's got the next highest dexterity?
Probably Dori.
Probably
She's got a
Dori.
17.
Okay, yeah, it'd be Dori. Go ahead, take your turn.
Okay, Dori is going to cast. Why not? Dissonant Whispers on the guy remaining.
Okay. And the save was wisdom.
Yes, it's a wisdom save.
Alright, that's gonna be a 12.
12 does not save.
Okay. All that damage.
Over.
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
And he can't really. Well, he has to move far away. His maximum distance away from you. He's gonna go this way. Can't go any further.
That's pretty much all she can do at this point.
Okay. What would that put in next? I think Lantern?
I would like to move Moonbeam onto Guy.
Okay.
Let's go for the. Could you have that on the other side of him, please? So more of my friends could easily get in and stab this thing. Fantastic, thank you.
But where I can get it. There's no space in the corner.
That's perfect.
I can put him on this dude's turn. That's a 15 on his con save.
Well, that means he takes 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. And he's going to go ahead and move over here and take a swing at Fiona with a sword.
Fortunately, the
Short
dissonant
swordiness.
whispers moved him out of. The whispers moved him out of my hit guardians.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay. That's going to be 10 piercing damage.
Oh, jeez.
And then on the next swing, that's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Oh well.
Oh, I am happy about that. These guys are hitting hard when they do hit.
That'll be his turn.
All right, now which of the two clerics have the higher dexterity?
That
Yeah.
is an excellent question.
Well,
I
mine's a
got
12.
I've got a 13.
Bruno, then.
So Bruno.
Bruno, who is he's actually going to go up and does he have the space to hit him with his Morning Star?
Yes.
Okay, he'll go ahead and do that then. Go. I'm gonna guess he can't get it so that he can flank
Oh, so you were standing right there. No, you're standing right there.
right there.
15, 20, 25, 30. No, you've used your maximum movement speed without dashing.
I didn't think I could. Wasn't even sure I'd be able to get to him.
You really just barely get to him, so.
Yeah.
But it'll hit.
Dirty 20. So that'll be.
Ouch.
That's 8 piercing, 4 lightning.
12 damage.
Yep.
Okay, that's going to take things over to Vellos now.
Who will flank with Fiona and try to smash this guy's skull in.
Okay, swing it.
Okay, 2 4s are
12 does not hit. I'm sorry.
okay. Let's try that again with the tail.
Oh,
Except a natural 20 will hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Vellos is finally getting control over his tail. It's only
Yay!
been 70 years for him.
And 28 sessions for us.
And max damage too.
God.
Oh, nice.
Ow.
ouch.
Okay, that's a solid whack.
That's a few crushed ribs.
You hit him in the back, though. I mean, technically, you definitely
You can crush him from the back.
You definitely made some ribs into floating ribs, I should say. He's surprisingly still standing, though. If he survives this, he'll be probably... Dori, or not Dori, Fiona, your turn.
All right.
He's
Well, I
not
think you know
surviving.
what's about to happen.
Yes, I do. The Redemption blender is about to be turned on again.
25.
25 hits.
10 points of piercing damage.
That's enough to finish him off. As he
Okay.
falls to a bruised and bloody heap on the ground.
I may not do as much damage as Thorne did in one attack, but I get many.
The Rodentian blender.
We'll turn up the blade tornado.
Slices and dices, minces it, mangles.
I'll just wait until my punches are doing 1d8s and I don't need to have the sword anymore.
I know. Actually, no, my concern is when your punches have become magical damage, because then you won't use the sword anyways.
Well, let's search the bodies, see if we can find another puzzle piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
You find on the toughest dude who went down, you do locate the other puzzle piece.
Okay.
It looks like it's the other missing leg segment.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Good.
So we
before we open that door, do we?
We should try to figure out how to open up that hidden door we found.
Yeah, I can try bathing it in acid.
Before we do that, let's try a couple more configurations with the pillars first.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
as a last resort, Vellos, you can belch on it.
Okay, so I'll say right now, you guys will spend a few minutes messing around with the pillars, but you will find that, weirdly enough, while you're able to lock the entrance and exit doors and unlock them,
Mhm.
you
Weird.
aren't figuring out a configuration to open that up.
Okay.
Okay.
I do feel like we do have a configuration that would work, and it's put acid on door.
It's not
Yeah,
so much
I
a configuration
think
more than it is a status effect.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we've tried the pillars a little bit more, I am definitely down for having Vellos acid bath the door.
All right.
See if that does anything.
Bio artillery firing.
And acid reflux.
Holy
That's
shit.
significantly better, and that's going
Oh
to
wow.
that's going to be doubled.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the door pops, sizzles, crackles, and becomes... To the rest of you, you're surprised it's still standing. Vellos, you know what's going on here. You've worked with enough metal to know exactly what's going on here. And that is to say, you walk forwards and just with enough... You don't even really apply much pressure to it, and you're able to just push your hand through the door itself.
Ate it. Corroded it.
Yeah.
Oh, door's open.
All right.
Well, that is one way to open it.
Mm-hmm.
I brought this too far forwards. Yeah. So the question is,
Having the north there definitely helps.
do you want to go through this door first or head elsewhere?
I would
I
definitely
can-
love to go through the hidden door first, because if it's a
Yeah.
door that didn't want to open, I want to know why.
Yeah, the puzzle door seems like it's
Besides, maybe
Uh,
we'll find the three things that socket into the bottom part of the abdomen in here.
oh yeah, we still need
That's true.
those. Or
Yep.
might need those. Ooh.
Okay.
You never
Could
know.
also
There might be more to
storage
find.
room, but- Oh, it's a big room.
Doesn't go entirely on
That
camera.
is a big room.
Oh well.
And now the party understands that they quite literally have a biological siege weapon in the form of Vellos.
Yeah, just wait until I introduce Pepto-Bismol. Not a sponsorship, just a bad joke. Give Vellos antacids. See how well your acid breath works then.
Okay.
I don't know. That's assuming that it comes from his stomach and not some other gland in his body.
It does. We're just making the weaponized projectile vomiting joke forever.
Yeah.
Right?
It's basically it's a requirement. You have an acid spitting dragon. You have to make a joke of them just having horrible gastric distress. Vellos, you were warned of this.
Yeah, and he might be playing it up a little bit to the point where the party might or might not be able to tell that he's making up noises for shits and giggles.
You do kind of make that noise whether you mean to or not, is the problem. Because
But he's
all
doing
the
it-
rest who do elemental bursts, you've actually got physical matter being ejected out of your maw.
But he deliberately exaggerates them.
The problem is it's hard to exaggerate that noise. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, poo. Well, if there's people in here, we were sure as hell weren't stealthy.
No,
Oh, no.
you have completely
No.
thrown stealth into the dumpster. And
If
then
anything,
Only
it's just-
because there was no other way to open the door
Yeah.
that we could find.
If anything, it's just going to be shocked and or disgusted silence.
would you believe it's going to be more drow on the other side of the door?
I can believe it.
No.
No.
Spiders.
Yeah. Probably.
Totally shocked.
Oh, how long did we take doing this? So it was like a few minutes of screwing with the pillars?
They're about.
Alright, because Spirit Guardians lasts for 10 minutes, so it should still have time on it. Probably about halfway through, I would guess.
Thereabouts, yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit of a larger group here. As they were kind of just hanging out. There's a few other objects in here, but I am just things against the wall. I'm not grabbing props right now. I need more props.
Fair enough.
Did we find the Drow rec room?
Potentially.
Probably, maybe. Potentially.
They ain't gonna be happy with me.
Oh well. Not my problem. Go and give me initiative rolls, everyone.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot that ate into. That ate up the one I gave her before.
Yes.
It's just one of the things that fight was going to be done so quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right, Vellos.
So let's do.
Roland's deciding to... You know what, I'm not gonna finish that thought.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lantern.
Yeah.
Poor lantern.
At least it's not a 1.
Oh, interesting.
Just kind of on the back foot all day with the initiative.
It knows that you're just gonna moonbeam, so I have you go first.
It's not that it's wrong, it's just that it's hurtful.
I've the mental
Granted, it
image,
knows what I'm gonna do too, so I don't know why it keeps giving me mid to good rolls recently.
the mental image of this from the Drow's perspective is kind of hilarious. Just minding their own business, then the door starts sizzling before some weird creature pushes his hand through it, followed by a bunch of weird-looking spirits.
That's a
Leave Spirit
mental
Guardian.
image.
Let's check some of Spirit Guardian. Because I think that in and of itself blows any semblance of stealth cover.
Oh right, I
Yeah.
don't think it bothers. I don't think it cares about walls and stuff. So they were just staring at the spirit guardians moving around.
Albadian spirits, balls of frost and flame.
Yeah, there's no being quiet about this one.
No.
No. No.
We haven't found much of the way of treasure recently, so hopefully these guys have some good shit.
Either them or that storeroom that we assume
Lantern
connects
found.
here.
We haven't found the treasure room yet either.
No.
Yeah,
Just
or the
probably
boss
puzzle
room, but
door.
my money, Vellos' money is on the boss and or treasure room being behind that puzzle door.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Let's take from the top. 25 to 20.
21
What's your initiative?
plus 1, 12 dex.
12 dex. Okay. Um, 22, or sorry, 1915.
Fiona got a 16.
Okay. Mm, 14 to 10.
13.
11.
13, and then Bruno with an 11.
Mm-hmm.
9 to 5.
5.
Or 9 to 5.
Like she was just so shocked by the majesticness of Vellos.
I mean, that was.
Saving the
She's
door.
still kind of reeling from the fact that she wasn't the one lucky enough to get a chunk bitten out of her arm earlier, so.
Lucky. Okay.
What is it? I've never
Well, who
hidden
wouldn't
teeth
want to be
marks.
bitten by the object of their fascination?
Admiration, perhaps? I'm not sure what word you
I
use.
think this falls into the realm of
Fascination.
infatuation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When you want a potentially bone-breaking chomp on your arm, you're jealous of someone else getting it. That's infatuation.
Yes, at the very least.
Yeah.
She could get it tattooed if she knew what the mark would be.
Oh no.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start with the drow.
Oh.
Well, I did wreck their door.
This is true.
Oh, no, I don't need to do that. He's different enough looking. Okay, never mind.
All the houses.
Because these two are in the
All
same
the
grouping.
hats.
I know, the hats. They make life easier. Okay, so we're going to start with this dude here with the silver hat. He's going to hold up a bell-like object. And roll it, it makes a sound. Oh, how do I describe this? Rather than a jingling, it's like it has multiple. It makes it sound like a chime. If that makes sense.
Kinda.
And he conjures up two spiders, or just in a poof of magic.
Yeah, they can do that. That's great.
With a magic item.
I think that one needs to die, especially.
And then this dude over here is going to go ahead and cast a spell at the door, so everyone who's around the door. And anybody who enters the area of the door will need to make a dexterity saving throw, starting with Vellos.
Dex saves. Crap.
Yep.
I failed.
Well, you would be pleased to know it's fairy fire.
Oh, that one again. Okay, fair enough.
So while you don't take any damage, you now have pink and blue dancing flames clinging to you.
Well, that's annoying.
At least you feel pretty.
He feels pretty. Oh, so pretty.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is not going to help with Lantern's infatuation.
No.
No,
Probably
absolutely
not.
That doesn't matter. Next up, we're going to take the next group of drow, who are going to make hand crossbow attacks on you. So the first one, now mind you, these are all at advantage. Oh, jeez. 17 to hit.
Nope.
17 to hit.
Okay,
Nice.
no.
Why are they at advantage?
Because
Because
Vellos
he's got
is...
fairy fire.
Yeah. Vellos
Oh,
is coated with
because of the
fairy fire.
Got it.
And anybody who
Got
walks
it.
through the door will need to make a dex save. And the next one is... I love the proficiency die because there's so many ways to roll a 17.
Wait, did he get another? Okay.
Yeah. With advantage, all three of my rolls, thanks to the proficiency die, came to 17 through their own unique variants.
That that's hilarious.
It really is.
So, like
Unfortunate
in
for
all
the drow,
seriousness,
but
I
hilarious.
do like the proficiency die over the flat proficiency bonus. It makes things so much more interesting.
Yep,
It does make things a lot
Yeah.
more entertaining.
Vellos, your turn.
Alright, well, Vellos is going to head inside and I guess go for orange since he's the closest.
Well, now I know how the color is shifting on the camera. That's actually red, but okay.
Oh. Well-
It's got the lamp shining directly on it, I'll give it that.
Fair enough. Well, first off, him and everyone else within 15 feet needs to make whiz saves. Because it's when they first enter and every turn thereafter that they start in it.
10, 15. Okay, he's the only one making a save. Unless you
If
wanted
the
to
others
stand
are all-
somewhere else. Because you said you just wanted to walk up to him.
Yeah, I was hoping to catch gold as well. But...
No, he's 5, 10, 15. He's 20 feet out.
Damn.
We can move over a little bit more.
Because all
Yeah.
you used was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, he'll move over that last 5 feet to
Okay.
get gold in range as well.
And what were the saves?
Wisdom.
Okay. That's going to be a 11 and a 6 or a 9.
Both fail, and they
Okay.
both take 11. As the spirits mug them. I love that mental image. Well,
How unfortunate, getting mugged by ghosts.
by balls of
Angelica.
spectral fire and ice. All right. Well, next we're gonna try to hit him with the hammer.
Swing away. No.
20.
Oh, 20. Sorry, I only looked at 13. Yeah, 20 will hit.
Hmm.
Twenty hits.
For practically minimum damage.
Unfortunate.
Oof.
Bonus action.
Yep. Might as well go with the tail whip.
$19 will hit.
Alright.
You finally have control over your tail.
Yeah, clearly. For 4 more damage.
Oh, at least you hit. Okay. That's gonna take things over to Fiona.
Yes. All right. So Fiona's going to run into the door to see how things are. So that's how
5,
much?
10,
5.
15 on these. You make a dex save.
Yes. Dex save. That's. Do I roll the proficiency die for the dex save?
If you're proficient in dex saves.
Okay. Just want to make sure I am actually rolling that properly. That's a 16.
You're able to shake off any attempt for the flames to cling to you.
All right. And that was how much movement to get to the door? 15?
15.
All right. Would she be able to flank Orange Hat Guy with the rest of her movement?
25, 35, 40, yes.
Excellent. That's what she'll do. She will open with her short sword. For a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
All right. 7 points of piercing damage.
Points. Bad.
Is he still standing?
Yes.
All right. Oops. 23 to hit on the second.
23 will also hit. Fiona unleashes
For another
her.
6 points of piercing damage.
That'll be enough to take him out.
All right.
As you furiously
was
stab
all of-
away.
That was all of her movement speed to get there, so she can't reach anybody else. So she will use a key point to take, seeing how many enemies are in this room, to take a defensive position
Okay.
so that anything attacking her is now going to be at disadvantage.
Fair.
If I can see the attacker.
Which you can in this room. That's going to take things over to Dori.
Okay, Dory's going to go up to the door and through the
Make
door, so she gets
Dex
the dex save.
So you.
And she gets advantage on dex saves because she's a rabbit.
Yep.
Ooh. Hippity hoppity.
16.
16,
Yep,
you're able
hoppity.
to. Yep, you're able to shake off and keep away from the clinginess of the flames.
Hippity hoppity, your magical stoppity.
Yeah. She is going to point at. She's going to take one step, so she's out of the doorway.
Right.
One step south. There you go. And she is going to. Yeah, okay. She's going to attack Silverhat
Okay.
with Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, that's a wisdom save.
Yep.
That's going to be a 11 on the save.
That fails. He takes 16 points of damage
Okay.
and has to move back
16 points of damage.
away from
And okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. All right.
And that's going to be her turn at this point.
Okay. Bruno, you're up.
Bruno is going to go to the door.
5, 10, 15.
I believe he has to make the dex save now.
Oh, hang on, I need to check on that one as well. Okay, Fairy Fire still up.
All right.
Or no, sorry, that's the other dude who cast Fairy Fire.
That was Gold Hat guy, right?
That was that dude. No hat.
Oh, I thought that dude did the spiders.
No, Silver Hat did the spiders.
No Silverhat.
Oh.
So I do need to make the dex save.
Yes.
All right. 13.
You pass.
Cool.
It's
I'm
a
going to
little bit of
return.
effort, but you kind of smack them off of you.
Okay. Now, where can I drop a fairy fire so that they get to deal with the same thing
Fairy Fire
without
has
getting any of my? It's a 20-foot radius, or yeah, it's a 20-foot cube.
Hex grids are excellent
So
for
then
everything
there's
except
3 at the,
squares. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I have a.
And I want it without getting one of my allies, if I can.
Yeah, I think at
Yeah,
least
20
two
foot or
of the
10 foot
guys,
cube?
there might be 3
20.
guys up in the north.
Yeah, no, this is mostly going to be the 3 guys in the north and possibly the spiders.
Thankfully, I do have a Fairy Fire square.
Cool.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Yeah, so this area is kind of where it's hit with Fairy Fire here.
Okay. And now let's
Okay.
see.
You want to maximize, you could hit here. Fiona would have to make a save again. No, she wouldn't. If she stepped back, she would. So that would hit 4. You could put it over here to hit 3. Here to hit 3.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get the 4.
Okay. That have to be dex saves for everyone.
Me
Yep.
included?
No, you are just outside of it.
Okay,
No, if
cool.
you were in it, I would not have been casting it there. I've done one of the 3.
Alright.
1, 20, 14. So 12, 1, 20, 14.
The only one that passed was the 20. It's DC 15.
God, I rolled a calendar date, and the only one that's not affected is him. In which simple regard, I am going to do I have enough magical effects? Hang on. Okay, for the sake of brevity, I'm going to magical effect the one that's not affected.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Can I hold that without being able to see that exact spot? Like if I were to
Yes.
move. Okay, then I'm going to move next to the door without going through the door.
So like right here.
That way that way Lantern can also get through. And I'm going to bonus action. What's it called? Give me a second. Moment of Resolve.
And that does
Makes it so that even if they do damage me, I don't have to make a con save.
Okay.
I remain concentrating.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice.
that's good stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason I chose this cantrip.
Until I start
It's from the
That's a
counterspelling.
good
Devil's Den.
cantrip.
Sorry, what?
Hmm?
Huh? My turn, your
What was
turn?
that, Fiona? Lantern?
Oh, I just said that's a good cantrip.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my mic came unplugged.
How dare
Ah.
Oh no!
All right. So, the fairy fire, is that still by the entrance?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to not go through the entrance yet, but go to a point where I can look through the entrance at the situation.
Right there.
Then I'm going to use my last second level spell slot,
4.
Moonbeam.
And of course you are.
And I see 2 drow, I believe, although your dice box is over it on the camera. I believe I see 2 drow that are standing 5 feet
Your
apart.
position, you can't see anything past here.
Okay, in that case, you see those 2 spiders?
Just to give you an idea, this is kind of where Lantern can see.
So I can see right where those 2 spiders meet, but probably not further south than that. I would like to put Moonbeam right where those 2 spiders meet.
Okay. Dog. Moondog. Alright, con saves on those summons. They failed.
11 radiant damage, please.
That is enough to destroy the summons.
Neat.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Fiona doesn't have to worry about getting bit by more spiders.
Yay.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. That's going to go ahead and take things up to these guys. So this dude here. Now that I actually have enough magical effect tokens. Where did the magical effect token go? But I had to. I'll dig it up later. Can't be here all day. Would love to, but can't be here all day. Boom. I'll use that. Okay. So let's see here. Since he's already under the effect, you are gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep out of distance of people. We're gonna use a crossbow attack on Fiona.
Is he now?
Because he can't see Bruno.
Mm-hmm. Nor does he know about Moment of Resolve.
No. But most importantly, he can't see Bruno because Bruno is being a coward.
Attacks on
Well,
me have
yes.
disadvantage at the moment.
What was that?
Attacks on me have disadvantage at the moment.
Okay.
Because I am patient defensing.
Jesus, in that one. Okay.
Look, Bruno's not a cleric of a warrior god like me.
No.
Right.
5. Okay, he drops his weapon. I found my other magical effect token.
Finger caught in the bow mechanism.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna hurt like hell.
He drops his hand crossbow, and there is. You don't understand the language, but you know cursing when you hear it. Lantern, from what you're hearing, it's the kind of cursing you hear from unawakened kobolds. At least
I am in
that's-
awe.
That's kind of rhythm and cadence it's going in.
This guy's a pro. I wish I could learn from him. But he's going to be dead soon, so...
That takes it to the other dude, who is going to go ahead and 30, 35, 40, 45. So we're going 5, 10, 15, 20. He wasn't a fan of that attack, so he's going to fire a crossbow round at Dori. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Ugh, that hits.
Don't be too frustrated. It's a hand crossbow. It's going to be a total of 5 damage.
Okay.
And that's it. Because it's a hand crossbow.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to go ahead and take it to the other guys. This dude's going to drop the crossbow, draw his sword, and head over to Fiona.
He's got to make
does
another
have to
whiz
make a
save.
save.
No, it's when they start their turn as well.
That's what I
Inside
was
it.
saying. He does have to make a save.
Oh, that misheard.
2. That is a 2.
And he takes 13 radiant damage.
Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. That's still going to... It's not going to stop him from making his short sword attack, though.
Even while being beaten up by spirits.
That's going to be a 11 to hit.
No.
Oh, well, I tried.
It's like, if Fiona wasn't defending, that would be enough to be distracting.
Oh, right. You're defending. Jesus Christ.
Is that another one?
Another nat one.
Okay. He just misses.
Okay.
So yeah,
Look, Fiona couldn't reach anybody to punch them more. It seemed like a good idea in a room full of enemies to defend.
This
I
guy's going to try
think
to
that
take a
puts-
swing.
I think that puts him in 15 feet of me.
Oh, yeah. 5, 10. Yes, it does. 15.
Oh no, he cancels out his disadvantage with a flank.
Well, that's a 17 on the wisdom save.
Well, passes, but he still takes half of this.
Yeah.
For 8.
Okay. And then...
As the spirits find a new target to bully.
That is 3 different dice. I have rolled 3 different d20s. That's another attack roll 1.
Oh my god, and that wasn't at disadvantage because he's flanking. Jesus!
oh god,
That is genuinely impressive.
I don't know how he
Wow.
drops his sword. I'm not even going to narrate this. What is going on?
I don't know. It's not my fault, I swear.
Look, they're still shocked from the
Vellos, your
ridiculous...
turn.
Okay, fair enough. Vellos is gonna move to flank Gold House,
Okay.
which also brings silver into the aura.
Yeah.
So, wisdom save again and more radiant
When you
damage.
start, what is it? When you cast or start your turn on it?
When you first enter it, and when they start their turn.
Okay. 8. Actually, no.
Well.
9.
Still no.
Full damage.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Well, he takes 4. The spirits are a little busy.
Spirits have 3 people to beat up now, they're distracted.
Yeah, they all have halved movement speed though, so that's neat, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna try to kill Gold House.
Goodness gracious. Gracious goodness.
For a
17
17 to hit.
hits.
That hits.
Yes.
Nine points.
Okay, that's enough to take him down.
All right, and we're gonna move down, skirting the moonbeam. Try to get the one who casts fairy fire in range as well, just because he's annoyed at that.
10, 15. Okay, if you want to get him in range, you will be entering Bruno's fairy fire.
I can't.
Which, I mean, you are already under the effect of fairy fire.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't really matter.
But he also wants to avoid the moonbeam.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, I thought if
The blue dog is the moonbeam.
Basically, from where you're standing, you can, but you'll pull him out of Spirit Guardians.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Think Fiona should have him handled, honestly.
Okay.
So
5,
We're gonna-
10, 15. Yep, okay. He would be in range there. So that's another wisdom save.
this is a fun spell.
Nat 20.
Well, he still takes 6.
Concentration check on fairy fire. Still up.
Okay, and now to use the tail whip on Silverhouse.
Okay. Roll it.
$15 to hit.
15 just hits.
Four points of damage.
It's something. Okay. Fiona, your turn.
Alright, so there's this magically glowing guy next to me, right?
Yes.
That means I get advantage on him, yes?
Yes.
Alright, well, she's going to swing at him with the short sword twice to open up for her attack and then extra attack.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
Alright. Does a 21 hit?
Conversely, yes.
Alright, so one of the two sword attacks hits. Now I can't spell. That is, only 6 points of piercing damage.
Unfortunate.
And so then she will try to punch him
As you do.
Oh,
with a 24.
okay.
For 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright, he's still up, but good bit of hits.
Yeah, Fiona will go ahead and move between him and Dori.
Alright, circle around.
So,
Just make it harder for him to get to Dori.
Which that's going to bring things over to Dori's turn.
real quick, just
Okay.
to, may I just clarify Spirit Guardians? It's, when a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn.
Okay.
So,
I know about that, so you can't jump. I know about that part, so you can't jump something in and out of it.
yeah, I can't do that, but,
You can still double tap it with appropriate positioning.
yeah, still a pretty deadly spell.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay, Dori is going to point at Silverhat
yes.
and say, "Let me cast Comprehend Idiots before you speak to me again."
I don't know if you know that spell. But that is a 5 on the save.
Yeah. So as soon as I get to where I have my thing. And he takes 9 points of damage. 6 psychic, 3 necrotic.
Okay.
And for now, that's all she's going to do.
That's going to take it to Bruno.
Bruno is going to go back so that he can see what's happening.
It's a whole bunch of violence.
So basically, yeah. And he's going to cast... Yeah, he's going to get up so that he can cast Cure Wounds first level on Fiona.
Okay.
Alright, let me pull that up. Oh, whoops, sorry.
Wrong chat.
Yes, I noticed that.
Roll it out of the dice area.
Yep. Well, it was a
There you go. 9 healing.
9 healing for Fiona. And
Yay.
for my bonus action, I am going to be using my cantrip again. A moment of resolve.
Okay. That takes things over to Lantern.
Yes. It seems like... Okay, I can't see what is
You can see these
the
two
most
guys.
north. Okay, I can't see the most north guy. I can absolutely see...
Not without getting close to the door.
Okay. From roughly where... I'm going to take just a scooch or two closer to the door. I don't want to
You
be in...
will be rolling for... The moment you walk over here, you will be rolling for fire.
Okay, then no thank you.
Okay. No,
I'm just going to move Moonbeam a little bit closer to that guy with the pink band around him. And I think that's going to be it for now.
Okay. His save is a 16.
$16 does beat. I'm sorry, I am copying and pasting now. Okay, that is...
He's still somehow up. And I'm the one
Probably
saying
not
something
looking
here.
fantastic, though.
Not particularly. Speaking of which, that brings things over to these guys. So we're going to go ahead and start on the start of the turn with...
More radiant damage.
yeah, with the saves.
Con saves and wisdom saves.
Okay, that's going to be a 16 and 17 for the saves.
For the cons?
For the wisdom saves against spiritual guardians.
Yep, okay, they pass, but take half.
Alright. And the dude with
Ooh, they take 9.
solid. And then the dude under fairy fire passes his con save. Alright, so 9.
Wait, the guy under Fairy Fire?
The guy who cast fairy fire. He
Got it.
has fairy fire up.
The one who got moonbeamed.
Yes, speaking of which, we're gonna go ahead and start with you. We're gonna make an
Okay,
attack
he
on-
passes it, so he only takes 5 radiant damage.
We're gonna go ahead and draw our blade and make it attacks on Vellos. That's a 2 on the die, so I'm not gonna bother rolling the rest of it. That is another 2. Alright, we were at advantage, hang on. 21 to hit?
21?
Yeah.
No. Gotta be the 22.
Well, the other one is going to be a 24.
That will hit.
Okay, cool. Short sword attack. That's going to be 6 damage.
Alright. Spray of shield scales.
The other guy is going to move into attack. Yep, okay. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
That's going to be 7 damage.
Okay, shield scales are running low.
And the next one is going to be a 16 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay, that's his turn. That brings us to the other dude on a con save, and you know what? I'm not even going to bother. The damage is going to finish him off. There's no way you can roll a 2 on a moonbeam.
No.
Or I should say below a 2.
That would be difficult.
Would be extremely difficult. Okay,
It's a 12.
that takes things to Vellos.
Right, not super happy with the guy,
You live
the
for
fairy
it.
fire guy. So we're gonna try to smack him around.
All right. Go ahead and try to
And
speed
he's
this along. So go ahead and just roll your attacks.
also under fairy fire, so advantage if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.